Welcome everyone to Whittlesea Bowls Club for our first ever streaming of a Prem Reserve home and away match. And what a cracking match we've got for you, with Whittlesea hosting second place Port Melbourne. Whittlesea are in a precarious position sitting on the bottom of the ladder. But this section is so incredibly tight as they're just 22 points out of the 4. A win for Whittlesea here tonight would potentially put them right back in the mix. A loss, and it could be a long way back for the Eagles. A win for Port will go a long way to helping them secure a finals berth in their first time up in this competition. But a loss would bring them right back to the pack. With all that on the line, this is sure to be an absolutely ripping game. I'm Troy Stafford, and I am joined by Moonee Valley star Matthew O'Brien. How are you, Matty? We got you off mute now. Go for it.
Evening, Troy. I'm well, thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, all good. It's perfect conditions. A little bit of breeze coming straight down the green as we see the players playing now. So slightly quicker this way. Jordan Burley leading off, put her first bowl on the jack. Looking into a little bit of the sun, but we are right next to the action. So we're on the bank here, and you'll probably see in the top of your screen how close we are. So pretty lucky to get such a good view here.
Yeah, it's set to be a cracking night. You couldn't ask for better weather. Beautiful sort of 22, 23 degree evening. I think we're set for a good one here.
Yeah, and we got some talented players. So lining up for Whittlesea, we've got Jordan Burley, Kyle Williams, Nick McIntyre and Jordan Yates skipping. And for Port Melbourne, we've got 16-year-old Henry Boswood, Alan Foote, Mark Ryan and Matt RENNEX. So it's a bit of talent there. Yeah,
there's a lot of talent on either team. A lot of the guys here have played at the top level in the Premier League, lots and lots of games. So there's no shortage of talent out here.
I think it'd be fair to say that the 2/3 have the most experience in this match, with Mark Ryan having won several Vic Open titles, played 20-odd games for the state, and then, of course, many would know Nick McIntyre, who's got plenty of state titles and more than 250 state games.
Yeah, I was talking to a few boys before the game, and they said they were going to play bingo on how many times we mentioned that Nick McIntyre was his first game for the year, so we'll get that one off early.
All right, so that's one. As we see Kyle Williams draw a toucher. It's a good opening end here for the front end for Whittlesea.
Yeah, he jumped right on it early. I think the start's crucial. If they can jump on early on their home deck, it's going to go a long way to setting up the rest of the night for them.
100%, especially where they sit on the ladder. It's very easy to get down when you are on the bottom, and if you start losing early, it can have an impact.
Yeah, they've sort of dropped away a bit the last 4 games. They haven't had a win the last 4 games. They've got one draw in there, but they've sort of just fallen off the pace a little bit the last couple of games, so they need to get back on track tonight.
They sure do. As we saw Alan Foote put a good second shot in a minute or so ago. Mark Ryan stepping up for his first bowl. So he's standing down the skip's end. What's your opinion on that, Matt?
It's sort of each to their own. I think Rhino skips a lot back at his home club, Tallygarupna, on a Saturday, and he might just like to see the bowls come to the head from behind it, sort of get a better look. But it's sort of each their own, whatever works for you.
Yeah, I tend to agree. If you've skipped a lot, it probably makes you feel a little bit more comfortable that you've seen the head before you play the shot, as opposed to standing 30 metres away that you're probably a little less used to.
Yeah, it's sort of, I know for myself, a lot of the time my eyesight's not great, so it's good to be up there and to see what's going on as well.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough. As Nick McIntyre just going to miss out on counting, but very good third shot. So we do have a little clash with some bowls. The blue and yellow duos. We got one set for Port Melbourne and one set for Whittlesea. Henry Boswood for Port and Nick McIntyre for Whittlesea. So that'll keep us on our toes. Trying to keep an eye on who's a who.
Yeah, he's just ducked under there. He might have opened up a shot for his skip on the forehand looking for the bowl, but it's just a matter of how attacking you want to be on the very first end.
With one bowl in the head too.
Yeah. Well, they got second and fourth.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, it probably stops Jordan playing the real, or sorry, Nick with his next one. Is it Jordan? Who's up? Must be
the
Jordan.
crossover.
Yeah, crossover.
Yatesy.
So Jordan he probably would have played to sit that bowl before Rhino got another bowl in the head.
Early one to Port on the rink next door.
Keeping me under control there. I can put that on the board.
Jordan on the forehand here. Looks interested.
So I think it's going to get around that front one.
Yeah, it's another ball in the head for them. That was their bowl they turned up.
Doesn't make it any easier for Matty RENNEX either.
Yeah, I think he's got to just get under Rhino's, sort of use his second Allen's, also known as Chow's bowl, and get back to the jack. I think is the option here.
Yeah.
Also got the option to turn and Rhino up onto the shot bowl.
Yeah, yard of weight. Maybe a touch more. Giving it a chance. I'll probably commentator curse him here, but the news is he's having a very good season, Matty RENNEX.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. He's a gun, Matty. Matty been around a long time, obviously from Moonee Valley.
He's
in the area.
close. He's played it well.
What a start.
Oh,
Brilliant from Rexy.
No commentators curse there.
Played it perfect. Plenty of options there. Rode the wall, got the jack. Lovely weight for the shot.
Yeah. So we'll just bring that camera down for you, and you'll be able to get a.
He's got about a metre here, Jordan. Has to swap hands from his first bowl.
You'd say, mate, you expect him to draw it, but first end, still feeling the green out, even though it's their home green. Off the centre jack, it's probably only, less than a metre from the peg.
Yeah, never is. You don't really have your weight just yet, but what a
You
shot
could
he's
touch
played
that
here.
jack. Yeah, that's nearly put the lights out. There is a gap though. Looks like there's a couple of inch gap there as we zoom in. Whose is that third shot there?
Whittlesea.
So he's only got one second. But it looks, if he played weight on the forehand, it looks protected.
Yeah, his bowl should be protected. Just that, what we spoke about early, how early do you want to play weight? Does he just want to draw and sort of get his weight and feel? Or is he going to go for
Given that he's lining up forehand, he's got to be going for it.
Yep.
Cut it off clean. There is room to do that.
Just looking at it.
Oh, not a bad effort. Opening end to Whittlesea.
Brilliant there from Jordan.
Great bowls by both skips there. If that's any indication of what we're going to get, hang around.
We're in for a cracker.
One to Whittlesea on the rink 3. Michaela Long. Plenty of viewers tuning in. We've got Bowls Vic board member Katie O'Halloran. Good to see you jumping on board, Katie. We've got Troy Hartson watching at home with Matilda and Elijah, who were up at Yarra Glen having a bit of a practice last night. And we've got Anne Spinks joining from Moama. Any idea who that is, Matty?
No, no idea.
No idea?
No.
Okay, we'll move on from that.
Hello, Mum.
Ethan Mills, who played down in Victoria for a little while. Darren Yates. We had Darren Yates on commentary last weekend at the Region Size Championships in Ballarat, which was a privilege, and now he's tuning in, watching his son draw an absolute cracker on the first end. Dame Boots tuning in from Cobram.
Yeah, good shots there by Henry.
Well played. So Whittlesea just electing to bring that mat up and playing pretty short end to the ditch.
Yeah, it is pretty short. I think Jordan does tend to like his short ends.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's probably a preconceived plan.
Yep. It's always good to have a little tactic, and if it doesn't work, you can adjust if you need to.
One thing I was impressed with when I rocked up here about 6 o'clock, the Whittlesea, all 16 players practicing in rinks 2 against 2. I was pretty impressed with
And
the dedication of that.
There wasn't just throwing the arm under either. There was actually a bit of calling shots.
Conversation,
Yep.
yep. Have we got 3 seconds? All that sort of stuff. It looks like 1 to Whittlesea on the Ray Jansen rink.
Bit of a breeze there affected that one, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a breeze. So we're pushing up into it now, and maybe it's slightly across the green from heading towards the commentary booth, slightly, but more in your face, I would think.
From as you're looking at the screen now, sort of left to right. Good shot there by Chow.
Great shot.
Set up the head nicely here, holding 3 or 4.
4, I'd say. So the first end, it looked like front end of Whittlesea dominated. Second end, front end of Port. Puts Nick McIntyre under a little bit of pressure, but nothing he can't handle.
Nice. No doubt about that.
If he gets around that and beats that back one. Second shot. Yeah, well played. Newbie just got called. First year bowler. I wonder if they all know his name.
Might not. First game for the year.
They do have to be careful because he is the manager out here.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially Jordan, his skip, who works here, he might not keep his job if he's careful. He's not careful. Just trying to beat the Jack-Eye bowl.
He could nearly turn that up and over. Oh, good shot.
Good home. Happy with the weight. Gave it a chance. Probably less than a foot correction required here. 8 inches maybe.
Yeah, he doesn't have to do a lot. Even just another bowl in the head gives Jordan options.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to get shot. They've just got that one bowl in there. It's a bit vulnerable. Just trying to get another one in the area, I think, here.
If he's got the weight to get past that pink.
What help?
1 foot. Get a roll out of the outside one. Get a inside edge. Outside turns it in. Inside probably better. Here it comes. Little flick off that. Yeah, exactly what
Played it
they
well.
wanted.
Bit stiff not to lay Nico's down there. He could not have laid that any better.
Yeah. Four next door to Chris Watt on the second end. It's Big start. Everything was ones before that.
Jordan's lined up on the forehand here. I think it's just a draw. Try to get off Rhino's back one. He nearly gets shot.
Yeah, can't play this too aggressive.
Pretty close.
Flick off that. Oh,
Yeah.
well played.
Brilliant. Off Rhino's back one, landed it perfect. Lovely speed. Started hot.
With a shot like that, you can see why he wants to play this short end.
Yeah.
So just Rexy indicating one to Port. Doesn't give Matty RENNEX a lot of room.
No, I think it'll be back to the forehand now.
Yeah, just under that front bolt. That's their own bowl.
He's just got to try and get to Geordie's last.
Yeah.
Fall back onto the jack, sort of tucks it in as well. Well, he's trailed it right out.
Oh, that's gone to Jordan's.
Yep.
Jordan Burley's bowl. Just got too much of that. Matty, Mark Ryan indicating, I think, 2 down.
2 down. Look like they could have 3/3.
They're not super close, though, the 2 shots.
No, they're not.
So it's the pink and
The back blue.
Black blue, yeah. Sort of just past Jack High. Change your hands for Jordan onto the ditch side. I don't think he wouldn't mind just tucking this jack in.
Yeah, a little toucher in behind, tucks it in, covers it up. Just to be quick.
Wants to stay on, but I don't think he will. So searching, looks like they're playing searching weight here on the forehand.
Yeah, a few options there to land the pink and stay, or get his last bowl up.
Which is a toucher too.
Yep.
Just
There
needs
again.
to rip a bit more. Got one out.
Yep. Cut it down to 1. Opted for the same length. No surprises there, considering they won the end.
Yeah, though, the front end for Port outplayed the front end for Whittlesea. The Whittlesea logo, yes, is on every rink, so it looks quite effective.
Good starter there from Jordan.
Very good starter. Question about what happens if Whittlesea gets up tonight. Well, it puts them back in the hunt. They're only 22 points out of the 4, but priority number 1 is to get to 6th. So bottom 2 in Prem Reserve will go down. The 2 winners, 2 grand finalists in Divi 1 will go up. So the key for them is to try and get to 6th.
Yeah, they're 20 points off 6, so they really need to bridge that gap back. Start bridging that gap back tonight. They do have a good run home. They've got 4 of their last 5 games at home, including this one. So
yeah, that helps.
It helps. And on the flip side, you got Port up there in second, but they've got 4 of their 5 games away. So that makes it a bit tougher. Obviously, you've always got that home ground advantage is massive in our game.
Yes, and whilst they're second, it's such a tight section. They're not miles in front. Who else we got tuning in here? We got Gerald O'Brien. Welcome, Obi. Jeffrey Senior. Welcome, Jeffrey. Good to hear from all of you lot. He's corrected his weight well here, young Henry.
Yeah, he's played it well. Hasn't got shot, but he's got one in the head.
Would have been on the jack if that hadn't have been there.
Lovely track here.
Oh, he's tucked this in, hasn't he?
Very good from Kyle. What a shot.
The way this game started, a couple of things that surprised me. Number one, that this is only Prem Reserve, and I don't say that in a negative way. I do say that in a complimentary way. And number two, how the bloody hell are Whittlesea on the bottom?
Yeah, it's such a tight comp. You just lose that couple in a row, and that's all. That's the only difference. Otherwise, they'd be right up there.
Plus, I'd have to add that Whittlesea have presented a very nice green here.
Yeah, beautiful.
Plenty of pace. I'm sure all these players would appreciate the speed of this green.
Yeah, there's no doubt about the speed. It's always sort of around that 15-ish sort of lovely speed.
Yeah, we played here the last game before Christmas.
What a shot here again from Kyle. He's played two bombs.
Rippers. And it ran about 16 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, we've played a few region events here in the Northern Gateway, and the speed's been brilliant every time. The line can be a bit tricky on a few of the centre rinks.
Yeah,
the wind plays a big part as well. But I think the closer you get to the road, a bit nicer it is here.
Yeah. Oh, nice little result there, and knowing the game, you can see they're not clapping that. They just take it, smile a little bit, and move on.
They're clapping underneath, that's for sure.
Yes, inside they're like, yeah, I'm happy with that, but outside, oh, sorry about that.
Whether they mean it or not, it's up to the individual to decide.
Yeah.
Port's got one back there on the Wilson rink. Consolidated after dropping a 4. It's always good to win the next end after you drop a number.
It is also good to win the next end after you get a number and consolidate it.
The 4 to the Jansen rink on their second end. They lead 5-0. No, sorry, 5 to Port it was.
It was 5 to Port. We've just had players move out the way where we could see that score. Looks like they're going to play weight here, try and run up through that toucher of Kyle's.
Yeah, well, they got the option of getting Rhinos onto the red, which gets them both out. They got three thirds, or well, second, fourth, and fifth, at least 3 in the head.
And they've got you can't see it on your screen, but the very back bowl is actually Jordan Burley's.
Yep. Right, another number.
Nice reaching weight, ditch weight.
Very close.
He gets that through the toucher. He's opened it right up for his skip.
Played it well, lovely pace. Showing his experience there, playing the good speed, didn't destroy the head.
So 5-2 after 3 on the Michaela Long and Brett Dodd rink.
In the area here, just cutting under. Turn Rhinos up. I think it might be 2 now to Port.
I think the wind flicked an end number over on that second rink. It's saying 4 ends, but looking at where they're standing, it can only possibly be 3. RENNEX on the forehand.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get one back, sort of split up a couple of the Whittlesea
He just
bowls.
needs to stay. Is it going to stay? No.
Question coming through from Dennis McHarry asking what bowls they're using. We've got 4. The Port guys, Henry the lead's got XGs size 3. Second for Port, Alan has got Optima's size 3.5. Rhino has got the SRV size 4, and the skip Rexy has got the old school Dreamlines size 4. And on the Whittlesea team, all 4 players are using XGs.
Makes it easy.
Does.
Apart from the colours.
Yes.
So still have the very back bowl. If he gets that short bowl that's only a few inches in front, up through the jack.
Yeah, I think he'll be trying to get that up through the jack. If he's a fraction wide on narrow, he's got the option of getting one of the bowls out.
Yeah.
Still got the backest.
It's going big.
Yep.
He could actually cut the 2 bowls out here if he gets that
If he
Mark
gets a
Ryan
split.
lilac bowl first. The outside of that. And that's a dead end over the back.
Yep.
Replay.
Jack's on the bank. Good hit. He started well here, Jordan. Every
Yes.
end he's played at least one whopper. You can see he's really up for the occasion. He knows what's on the line tonight. They got to win.
Evening, Adam. Yeah, I think Vinny's Yates is prepared a green that he'd like to play on. It's always handy when your greenkeeper plays for your club.
It does. It is. That's absolutely.
Evening to you too, Brendan. So again, bringing the mat up. So this is the end, the second end where the Port front end dominated.
Yeah, I thought we might have seen a little change up here. The Port's no doubt had a few more bowls in the area, but they've elected to stay with it.
Henry will be confident here on the mat, having nailed it first time around, as Brendan Wilson sits a bowl for shot on the rink next door. Yeah, he's loving it this way.
Yeah, good starter there again.
Front toucher, doesn't get any better. Jordan nailed her line. Just needs to correct the weight. Yeah, it's past.
Yeah, it's in the zone. It's in the game. Any bowl's sort of within that sort of 2 feet. If gives you options, builds ahead.
Most likely Jack's going to be going backwards, so Henry can finish anywhere between the last bowl and the Jack, beating that last bowl. Would be fantastic.
One more to Nathan Murray there on the far rink. He leads 6-1 after 3. And one to Brendan Wilson against Chris Watt. He trails 3-4.
Great openers by Henry.
Yeah, brilliant. Textbook, 1-on-1 behind.
Who wrote that book?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to say John Snell.
I've read his book.
He's got a book.
He does.
Oh, what a reply. Brilliant there. Gives him a bit more room.
Yeah, just opens it up a little bit. Kyle started very well as well.
Has.
Drew, that's 3 near-on perfect bowls in a row he's played.
Alan Foote on the mat, also known as Chow, formerly from Altona. Played a lot of games for Premier League, in the Premier League at Altona.
Would I be right in saying he's played for Malta?
Yeah, I think he might be. Yeah.
He's just trailed it back to that nice little, as you talked about, that second bowl of Henry's. The leading 101 bowl, 1-on-1 behind.
Kyle's got a nice shot on here now. He's got a bowl to sit. Little trail on the Jack. Just needs to add a yard on his last. He's got a great track. What a shot.
Look at this.
Yeah, brilliant.
Well played.
It's full play. Played 4 crackers in a row. It's brilliant.
Sitting through the hole. Edge of his own bowl. Trailer Jack. Everything to gain from giving this bowl a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. If he misses behind, gives him one in a good area.
Just needed to run. Doesn't want to block it. We didn't want it to fall out. It's made it, unfortunately, harder for Rhino coming after him. Brett Dodd winning the 4th end. Didn't quite catch exactly what he got. As we just get a bit of breeze coming up. Not a bad home there for Nick.
Yeah, missed in the right area. Rhino to the forehand here.
So that last bowl of Allen's just forced a change here. Turn their toucher down.
Yeah,
turn it onto the Jack. 2 shots if he could get it. Not quite out enough. It really hooks away on that that side. That's the widest hand on this green, and it is considerable. Something I don't hear too often on the green. I just heard great shot Troy. I don't hear that too often these days on the green. But Troy McLean playing on one of the other rinks, I'm sure he's probably used to hearing it.
All down to Rhino Speedy because he's lines all time.
What a correction.
Yeah, he's played it perfect. Up onto the Jack.
And again, that Henry Boswood bowl, that's what's come into play. So Jordan started outstanding.
Yeah,
this is the hardest shot.
Toughest shot he's had to play.
No target. He does have the Nick McIntyre bowl close to a yard past the Jack.
What do you think he's doing here? Clearing a path at the front or trying to draw up onto that?
I think he's going to try and back himself. But on the turning hand, play the right weight, turn the shot bowl, or the equal shot bowl. I wouldn't be surprised
if he goes quick. Try and clear a path with the first one.
He's trying to play the right weight. He should know the green. If it holds, that might clear a... Oh, didn't clear a path either, but it's given him a bowl to work off.
It does. It has. What are you doing if you're Matty here, Troy?
I think the Nick McIntyre bowl is the one of concern, which is why I think he's playing this backhand ditch side.
Something back.
Yeah.
Also got the backest with Jordan. Whittlesea does, so...
So just the one on the bottom right of screen. That's the concern.
Played it well.
Yeah. They're both... There's actually another Nick McIntyre bowl past that, and he's sat right next to it. So he's almost split the two of them.
Yeah, they had the 3 backers there before that. Just makes Jordan play the right weight here.
It does, but I feel like that front bowl in the way kind of makes him play the right weight anyway.
Yep.
Unless he can get off the inside of his last bowl. So it's a marginally easier shot than his first one, but it's still not an easy shot.
Just pulled it under again.
Yeah. It really whips. Oh, what's he done?
Don't think it's...
No, that Henry Boswood's got to be shot.
Might have cut one out, but I think it's still 2.
No, I think it's still 2,
I think so.
But it gives Matty RENNEX more room.
Does give him a chance to draw another here. Before that, it was probably... He was going to be throwing it down for a bit of practice.
Yeah.
But now he's got the option to draw another.
Got Mark Ryan's on the way in.
Doesn't look confident. He's got a big smirk on his face.
I'll back in to draw it.
Quick by body language.
And quick by speed of bowl. 2. Levels us up at 3-all. David tuning in all the way from Lakes Entrance. Great to have you on board.
Mickey West is in the comments. No surprises there. Loves it, Mickey. Just playing on the phone, mate. Nick McIntyre giving us a little drive-by on his way past there.
Yeah. Nick, it's your first game back. Concentrate on bowling, mate.
That's 3, I think.
Drive from Chris Watt next door. He wants it to hurry, as in the movement of the jack, because he did make contact there.
1 down.
Speaking of drive-bys, a couple of toots as one of the locals went past. So that looks like it's 2 1s to the Wilson Rink.
Scott Elliott, good evening, Scotty. Tuning in from Cairns.
So it was a 1 to Port on the Brett Dodd rink.
Correction there from Henry.
Yeah, beautiful weight. Less than 2 feet under the jack.
Both these skips has topped their skippers table at their respective clubs. Jordan's won 6 out of 9, 3 losses, and Matty's won 6 out of 8. Of course, missing that game due to his twins Ruby and Bronte being born. That's probably a good excuse to miss a game.
I'd reckon so. He'd probably be in a little more trouble with the partner for missing the birth than the Bowls Club for missing the game.
I had a fair replacement come in to skip that rink that day, though. Brett Wilkie.
Not bad. Played a couple of games for Australia, so probably
Just a
goes
couple.
okay.
A fair replacement for one game, I think.
Were they happy for Matty RENNEX to stay out and Brett to stay in?
You have to ask them.
No, I'm sure they're happy to have him back. This is the loosest start by the front ends.
Yeah, I don't think the shot bowl's been played yet, that's for sure.
They're keeping us on our toes on that next rink. They keep changing the board on us. It's 4 all after 4. They did have 5-4, so I don't know if they're doing it just to make us look silly, but we don't need help with that.
No, we can do that ourselves. Quite capable of that. The president of the Port Melbourne Bowls come in the background there, Craig Morris.
Kyle's nailed his line with his 2, but probably a metre short with the first and close to a metre pass with the second. I'd expect Mark Ryan to draw this all the room, nothing in the way. This has got Mark Ryan written all over it.
Yeah, it looks close. It's the shot.
This is concerning. Twice I've called it before they've let it go and they've nailed it. This doesn't normally happen.
It's only downhill from here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with 2 though.
So is this one getting shot back or not?
No.
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 I'm going to back him in then.
All right. I think he's running at it.
I think so.
Just by the way he was setting up. Would surprise me. No. No, he's just tricking. Oh, Nick. Oh, I was nearly wrong. I was doubting myself, as I should.
No
Finishing
change here
it.
for Mark. Another one in the area. Get to that last bowl.
Yeah. But Nick's is finished in a, if you're not going to get the shot, finish there is perfect. Yeah, he's done it again.
Played 2 rippers.
Gets it ideally around his own.
Yeah,
Yeah,
brilliant.
that is perfect. Well played.
One of his teammates tomorrow, Mitch Sidebottom, in the comments. We're hoping he can keep that form up for tomorrow, Moo. They're playing at Hilltop tomorrow. Tatura Hilltop.
Oh, he's going to beat that last one, I think. Not quite. He's played 2 almost the same. 2 good bowls and he's 2 down. Just got outplayed there by 2 better shots. They weren't bad bowls, that's for sure.
No. Johnny Sanders in the comments saying definitely not a Cowboy call, Troy.
Well, that's not a Cowboy call. So Cowboy, affectionately known as Cowboy from Lilydale, a bit of a local legend. If you were playing and Cowboy said you got a great shot here, turn your back, it'll be terrible.
Good shot there from Rexy. Got to the back one, got them a little bit better position.
Probably 1 in, 1 out.
Yeah. Jordan on the forehand, trying to draw a shot.
The green gives him a nice look to sit. Doesn't want this hole though.
Probably played at good speed. Gives him options to trail the jack or land either of the shot bowls.
It's fair to say those last 3 bowls they've played have all been very good and changed nothing.
sort of the Port guys have left gaps, which sometimes can be a good thing. If you get them too close, they can be sometimes easier to sit. If you leave the gaps, they can slide through when you try to play that 2 foot over.
Do you reckon that Jack High Henry Boswood's in? Could be 3 or 4 here.
Could be.
Oh, that's not theirs, but no damage.
Yeah, he's got to drop a metre here. If they are that 3 or 4 down, he doesn't want to get caught niggling trying to trail that jack.
No, that's a bonus if you get that.
Looks interested, stalking it.
It's on that blue line where Nix was travelling.
It's down to his speed.
Might get a little flick. Not quite. Oh, that's another good bowl. Might have cut something out. 3.
Just that metre of weight cost him from getting down. That's all it was.
Dropping a 3 with the last 4 bowls being pretty reasonable. Ray Jansen picking up a 1 on the far rink. Steve Baker must be a Port fan. Port should have this by 20 shots. I did tip Port, not with huge confidence, but when I came here and saw the way Whittlesea were practicing, I went, I was impressed with that, and it tipped me more, slightly back to Whittlesea, but I will stick with my original decision in Port.
Yeah, just looking back at my tips, I think I went Whittlesea just for the fact that it was a home game. They really need a win to keep their season alive. That was about it. I couldn't pick it, couldn't split them otherwise. Good start of it. This direction again by Henry.
That's Henry's Way. Might get a sign made. Not Henry Street, Henry Way. Great
from Geordie.
reply. Touch on the jack. Brilliant. So Jordan, the partner of Jordan.
Not confusing at all.
Jordan Burley, leader. Partner of Jordan Yates, skipper.
Dogger's played a ripper on the 2 rinks over, ripped out 2 bowls.
If Darren Yates is still watching, who's your favourite, Jordan? That'll put him under pressure. Chris Watt, front hopper. Last bowl of the end. 2 to Whittlesea on the rink next door.
Yeah, brilliant. Good from Henry. Added 2 foot. Built the head perfectly for his skip. It's good leading.
Rink next door chewing through their ends quickly.
6 already.
Nearly 2 ends, end and a half ahead of the Ray Jansen rink. Just underplayed at Jordan with her second one. It's a full draw, so just a confident draw. Draw the shot. If you've got 2 feet of weight, you finish in a good area.
Yeah, he's got plenty going for him here. Won't be happy with that attempt.
1 to correct on. Kyle would love to tuck this jack in around the corner. He's done it before this game. Not quite gonna, but that's a good weight as well. You know, they're trying to play that full draw as well.
Yeah, it's sort of first on it.
Weight was good on that.
Let's give him another second. Here's a call there from Jordan. He's happy with the weight. He wants this changed up. Get the jack in behind.
Brett Dodd, a couple of rinks over.
That is not the same weight. Be disappointed with that one. Forehand now for Port. Plenty of options. Get Henry's bowl through Jordan's shot bowl, or they get the jack.
Big positive there for Whittlesea is that Kyle Williams bowl. That looks like if they get it onto the jack, that's where the jack's going. But if it goes further now, Mark Ryan's put his bowl. He's missed in what we talk about, missing in good areas and finishing in a good home.
Yeah, played the right speed.
Good place to miss. Clear road, yep. They're looking for the same weight. Just got caught out last time playing this little arriving shot, tight with the first and then corrected well with the second. Can he do the same? He's interested.
How much has he got to hold on?
Oh, he needed, yeah, I was going to say he needed a front piece of that front one and he got it.
Lovely speed again.
Not a bad bowl. Got a nice result, but played good weight and was in the area.
One to Ray on the far rink over there. Makes it 3-6.
So that front bowl's just a little annoying, isn't it? Just makes it a bit harder to draw. I think they're going underneath with weight.
Yeah, might be trying to open it up.
I think they've got 3 seconds. Nick McIntyre's a jack high on the left, Kyle Williams, and then Jordan Burley at the front.
Yeah, they've got the option of plenty to hit up through it as well.
Open a path if you miss.
Yep.
He was pretty renowned for his drive back in the day, Nick. Oh, it wasn't how he wanted to get it. Is that Nick's, or I think it might be Henry's?
Yeah, it's Charlie's. Henry's.
Brother of.
Yeah. Plenty of room here for the skips.
Yeah.
2-bowl draw off, I think.
Yeah, that front bowl drawing on the backhand's not in the way. First in, best dressed. He didn't have enough. He did crash, but he didn't have enough on it anyway. So Nick just standing jack high to show Jordan where shot is. I think he's going a bit, but
Yeah, a bit quick.
I like that visual when you sort of can't quite see the distance. What do you like that?
No.
No.
No, I don't generally get someone to stand there, but it's each their own, whatever works for them.
Absolutely. So Matty RENNEX is third, Mark Ryan's not doing it, so that probably indicates Matt doesn't particularly like or need it. Thanks, Alan. Just moving out the way of the camera. He got a little bit panicky when he realised he was in front, but all good.
Having a good track all down to his speed here.
I like his speed, and so does he. Yeah. Didn't even need to get that close, but he did.
Playing well, Jordan. And they've opted for that change of length we spoke about. Well, at least different position. He's asked Jordan to go right back.
Yeah, the Port front end were just outplaying him on that shorter length. So a quarter of the way through the game. Port Melbourne 19, Whittlesea 17. For those who are just joining us, we're at Whittlesea Bowls Club, round 10. Premier Reserve, first time we've streamed a Premier Reserve home and away game as Jordan Yates gets up and about as he walks past us. And we've got bottom of the ladder Whittlesea up against second place Port Melbourne, but this section is so tight that ladder positions mean absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it can change in a heartbeat. It's so tight. There's a lot on the line for both teams. Port trying to secure that top two, set themselves up, and Whittlesea trying to get back in their season, trying to get their season back rolling again.
Yeah, thank you to our streaming partners, to Dandenong Club and Moama Bowls Club for assisting us to bring this fantastic game to you. As Jordan Burley opens the end with another great starter.
Played a ripper, sort of just extended the length a little bit on what they were playing earlier on, and she's nailed it first up.
Yeah, and the main change was the placement of Matt, wasn't it? Rather than up into the ditch, it's right back on the tee, and still a fairly short end. Slightly longer.
Pretty good reply here from Henry. Yeah, lovely.
Beautiful speed.
Lovely track again here from Geordie. Just dropped that fraction. Still in the area though.
So a question I asked about Darren's favourite, Jordan, was it told me it wasn't a fair question. They're both fantastic. How diplomatic's that?
Yeah, he's got splinters from sitting on the fence, that's for sure.
Yeah. Johnny Dixon tuning in from Cobram.
Crowd's starting to build up a bit now. A few people rolling in after work.
There's plenty in there at the bistro.
Yeah, they've got a good turnout.
It might be the place to come in Whittlesea. There's plenty getting a feed. I think you said it was steak night, wasn't it?
Yeah, steak night it was, $35.
Unfortunately, we ended up with a toasted ham, cheese and tomato sandwich. I'd have rather the steak night. Just a bit of a gust of wind there. Lynn Baker joining in. Good evening, Lynn. A 3 to Chris Watt next door pushes them out to a 9-4 lead early in this game.
A bit of a buffer. Port won the Brett Dodd Rink. I'm not sure how many it was.
That was a 1. As I've just found on Bowls Link through the Bowls Now app, if you want to tune in on our digital scoring.
Yeah, what a great initiative that is. Live scoring across all Prem Reserve, and I think Division 1 as well.
Division 1 Metro, and then a lot of the rural regions have adopted it for Division 1 as well.
Yeah, no, it's great. Being able to keep track of what the scores are in each rink throughout the game, it's a great initiative. I love it. I check it quite regularly. Very helpful.
Yeah, well, I missed a couple of games earlier this season and sitting in a hospital room and appreciated being able to keep up to date with my Yarra Glen boys and see how they were going.
Much easier than having to rely on a spectator there messaging the scores.
Absolutely. Most people are playing, so
yeah.
Saturday afternoon you don't get a lot of spectators. That's the beauty of these Friday night games.
That's the other thing. The all the players that do play on a Friday night, they can check all the other scores on a Saturday if they want to see how their other teams in their section are going or other leagues. Good shot here from Nick.
It should.
Is he going to get under?
If it was going to rip enough, not quite. In the area.
Brought that Jordan bowl into the count.
Holding 3.
I reckon we might see a bit more direct here.
I think so too. That's what he's assessing. Do I take the punt? Got a good runner on him, Mark Ryan.
Let's ask him what he likes.
He likes forehand arriving. Oh, fortunate.
Very.
Still 1 to Whittlesea, but fortunate result. Ray Jansen picking up another 1 on the far rink. 4-6 after 6. So a very tight one, the difference. So they're very close to the ditch here. Doesn't make this easy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it does off the ditch here, right out wide. They are very close to the ditch. Interesting to see if it sort of velodromes off it a bit or
hangs.
This will test Jordan, the greenkeeper, and how good his ditches are, won't it?
Yep. He'll be able to watch it back.
Just his speed.
Yeah. He's
Lovely
nailed
track.
the line. So it didn't hold and it didn't whip. It just had probably a reasonably nice little arc. Nick had underplayed his line and it did cut away, but if you get the line right, it's got a nice little arc. Just forces Jordan to just get it out a bit and miss that last bolt.
Doesn't look confident what hand he plays. I think he half wants to play the backhand.
There's a lot of stuff in the way.
There's not much going on. Not really sure what he's looking at.
Does that mean he doesn't trust his own ditches? You built them.
He's shaping up on the forehand. I think it's his only option.
He's out a bit wider than Mark Ryan, only a touch. He's come back beautifully. It's just, again, his weight.
Just his speed as well, maybe. He might be a fraction slower out there, right up against the ditch.
Could be right. First one for Matty out on this off-centre jack. So it's a bit of a feel for line. He's just a fraction tighter than the last one.
Clear run, he's good.
Just needs to hold.
Yeah, he played it well.
Yeah. Misses that, he was right. Opens it up for Jordan. Does he, he's got those couple of seconds, but gives Matty RENNEX a lot of room if he misses. So I think he's got a draw.
Yeah, he doesn't have to add much onto his last. Just sort of 2-3 foot. It's out a bit higher.
Comes back off there though.
Does.
Same weight. Yeah,
Looks like it did rip a bit more once he got out there a bit higher.
Yeah, the further out you get, the more it turns. This one's out there
That's
too.
the widest we've seen.
But I think maybe it's that bit slower too.
Yeah.
One to Port. So 3 ends each, but Port picking up a 1, a 2 and a 3, whereas Whittlesea 3 ones.
Brendan Wilson's played a whopper on the rink next door, set a bowl out for shot. Chris Watts lining up.
Darren Daniel Burley is leading for Chris Watt on the rink next door. Wayne tuning in from Perth. Good to have you along. David Butterworth asking who's commentating from Yarra Glen. That'd be myself, Troy Stafford, but Matthew O'Brien played at least 12 years, didn't you, at Yarra Glen?
Yeah, quite a few.
15 maybe.
Too many.
And Darren Yates asking
Too many to remember.
Yeah. Darren Yates asking me to behave, which will be a challenge, but I will try my best, Darren.
I'd say you're pretty close. 15 years would be about right, thinking about it.
So the question was is that Dan Burley was leading for Michaela Long, but Michaela Long just drew a shot and picked up a 3. Drew a shot with her last bowl. Sun's just starting to go down. It's going to go behind the clubhouse in a minute, and it's going to get a bit chilly. Just a correction of about a metre required here from Henry. And he's achieved that. Yeah, well played.
Yeah, good correction.
It's about perfect weight.
Come on.
Just put my jacket on here. It's just chilling off a touch. It's probably the longest length they've played nearly.
Yeah, stretched out just that little bit. Not a real lot, but sort of.
It's up into the wind too.
Yeah, it is.
So
back towards the clubhouse.
just throwing them off a little bit.
Come on, Eagles, we do this together.
Yeah, wind just pulling that one up. Track, perfect. So Henry's the only one that's reached so far.
This is a good track here. Right out wide, they can rip here.
This one's up.
Yeah, shot there from Chow. Number 1.
It's a couple, but they're still sitting out there. Beatable. Oh, beautiful weight.
Yeah, speed's all time.
Plenty of room for Mark Ryan to add another one.
Is it going to hold on?
Trying to. Just got to pass him.
Yeah, a little slide off the front helped. He had lovely speed.
going to back Nick with one of his two bowls to draw the shot.
He's a classy player. And a nice track. All down to his speed.
Get down further.
Yeah, what a shot.
Should have backed him with the first. I had a leg each way there,
Yep.
but mission accomplished, and most importantly, mission accomplished for his team.
So you probably add 3 or 4 foot here. Try to land that last bowl. 2 seconds. Trail the jack.
Miss, you stay alive.
He's played good weight here. Missed in the right areas.
And
Another option.
stays alive. Well played. Sets it up for his skip. Nick needs to add another one here.
Same as his last. What a shot there from Nick. That's 2 rippers. Brilliant. Sort of similar to Rhino, I think, here from Matty. Trying to get off that first bowl of whizzes, get the jack. Got plenty of options. Full hands the shot. Interested. How good he's going to get this? Well, he's got one out. Played it well. Still just a 4-hand draw now, I think, for Jordan. Get another one in the head. One to Nathan Murray on the far rink over there. Gets him out to a 7-4 lead after 7. Speed was good.
Perfect weight.
Bit harder now for Matty with that last ball not being there. It makes him play that little bit less weight. Got to get round the front.
It is turning enough on that side, though.
Yeah, no, it's certainly, he's got a chance. They're ripping there late. Just that fraction a bit harder after his first one.
Chris Watt trailing the jack on the rink next door. Don't know what he's made, but they're pretty happy with it. Not quite out enough, Matty RENNEX.
Yeah, just tugged it a little.
Not a lot of room here for Jordan.
No, it doesn't change much from his last. His weight was all time, just a slight adjustment on line, and he'll be pretty good.
Only a foot or so.
Yeah, he looks good here. Just going to hold on. Is he going to hold on?
Not quite. What a
He had good enough speed
effort.
again.
Super effort.
2 fair attempts. One to Whittlesea there.
Tight gamers, we're a third of the way through our match.
Yeah, no one's sort of got out to a bigger than 5 or 6 shot lead.
No, it's nip and tuck right across the board. Mind you, it looks like the end, the rink next door, the Brendan Wilson rink picked up a 4. So that's made a big difference.
Yeah, a big score for them, big end.
Puts them in front on the big board.
So
Early days.
Looks like Chris Watt's got an option to make a 3 or 4 on the rink next door with his last.
David, yes, I did do commentary at the region sides last week in Ballarat. Enjoyed it. It was a fantastic 3 days and culminating in a great day of finals and right across the 4 games, all played in really good spirits despite the weather not being super kind, especially to our 2 silver tier matches out on the grass. But it was a great event to be a part of.
Yeah, it was a great weekend up there in Ballarat. Superbly run again by Bowls Victoria. It's always a great event, getting everyone up to the area for the weekend.
For those that did tune in into the final, Matt was the 3rd in the Northern Gateway rink, 3rd for Dylan Fisher, who unfortunately lost overall, but they did manage to win their rink. But it's not really a consolation, is it?
No, not at all. Not the result we're after, but all in all, we had a good weekend. We gave it a crack and just come up that little bit short. Credit to Metro West, they played well, played really good across the board, and they were just a better team on the day.
Good correction there from Jordan. Chris Watt getting 1 back to lead 10-8.
Yeah, good shot here from Kyle again. Just went off for a couple of ends after his 4 career bowls in a row, and he's straight back on it.
He'd be keen to get another 4 brilliant ones in a row. Puts a little bit of pressure on Allen, who just wants to back his lead up and draw one close.
He's got that pink to work off. It's about jack high.
He's just not going to hold on that
lovely
turning
speed.
hand.
Yeah, he's played another whopper there. What a shot. 2 brilliant bowls from Kyle.
Afternoon, Dean. Kim, can you, if possible, you can have a foot in both camps there, because the surfaces at Whittlesea, there's 1 carpet and 1 grass. But if you are specifically talking about the one we're playing on the grass here. Probably the best start that the Whittlesea front end's put in since the first end of the game. They've Kyle's nailed it with 2. Jordan's got 1 less than a foot away, and they've got the best catcher. So it's a great setup for them.
Yeah, set it up well there from the front end. Now it's just up to Nick to consolidate it. Either run for cover or change it up, whatever their option is.
Yeah, doesn't want to fatten it, that's for sure. The touch is rolled out and he hasn't had to use it, Jordan says. Well, is that because all your touches are last bowl of the end? Played it well, Nick. Counts.
Yeah, played it well.
No target, just in past the jack.
Looking to attack here, Port. Got to change this up. Plenty to land. Bowl up through the jack.
I think he's close here. The outside, inside of that outside bowl.
Yeah, what a shot.
Shoots the jack Out of bounds. Brilliant shot. They were 4 down.
Yeah, he's got a whopper there, Rhino. Lovely speed.
Ball's going back because, so the rule being, if both agree, you can bring the bowls up and start from the other end. But if one of the skips wants the bowls to go back where they were, they go back. And not surprisingly, Jordan Yates wanting them to go back with the way his front end played that end.
Yeah, had it set up perfectly. Right choice. Back to all square on the big board. Nothing in this. Set up for a cracker. That sun just finally drops behind the clubhouse.
Glad to see you won the bet, Kim. Hopefully you get something out of it. I guess even if it's just glory or the honours of being right.
And he started there from Jordan. Track there from Henry.
Leads to run.
Just that 2 foot.
So just to acknowledge a couple of the achievements of some of our players. For Whittlesea, Jordan Yates is a state champ of champs winner, state fours twice, Australian fours, under 18 pairs. Nick McIntyre over 250 state games, a couple of Vic Opens titles, also state champion and champion pairs. So we ran the state champion pairs for 3 years about 10 years ago. So you won your club pairs, a bit like champ singles. You also won a state pairs back in 2010. For the opposition, Matty RENNEX, about 22 state games. Mark Ryan, 4 Vic Open titles. Pretty impressive, and around 18 state games.
Had nearly all be singles events, wouldn't they, for Rhino?
So we won a singles in 2012, a pairs in 2014, a mixed pairs in 2022, and a triples in 2022.
So no.
So one
yeah. Singles.
And then Kyle Williams, having played under 18s for Victoria. Jordan Burley, I believe, runner-up in the state fours. So some pretty good achievements there. As Alan just tidies it up a fraction, or attempts to. Well, not running too far past. I don't know if he's quite made the correction of weight that he wanted. So Michaela Long Rink picked up a 1.
Nick on the forehand here. Lovely track. Good shot. Sliding past a little. So we've got one to Port.
Mark Ryan looking to beat the last bowl. Holding one. Just got Kyle standing in the way, unfortunately. So that bowl of Jordan Burley's is just on the way in for Nick. Can use it. Similar bowl to his last. Touch on the jack. Here it comes. He's around it.
Yeah, good shot. Another one in the area.
Good effort. It's his own on the way if he can get it.
Yeah, just didn't quite have the weight. Might have brought it in.
Close.
Another one in the area. Makes Geordie's shot that little bit tougher too.
Sure does. He doesn't have that clean path anymore. Might see him arrive there. He's got Nick's just in past and then Kyle's after that.
Yeah, a few options.
He's got Jordan if he's out wide. Or he did point at that bowl, whether he's going to go big at that and try and clean all of those out.
Got Jesse Bates.
That's what he's playing.
Tuning in.
Big weight.
Going big.
Front bowl, get the other three out.
Got something. Killed it.
And dead again.
Back-to-back dead ends there.
Replay again. Brett Dodd picking up a 1. Nine, 6 down after 9.
A comment coming through from Lee Mahoney asking if there's a reason why they're using the ditch. I'd say it's just because they usually play on a Saturday and they'd probably have 2 teams on this green. And these 4 rinks will be the 4 rinks that they play on each and every Saturday. So I think it's just purely down to that's what they usually play on. So no reason to change that up.
Big end on the far rink, Matty, with Nathan Murray picking up a 6.
Wow.
Puts them out 13-4 after 8, and that's the difference in the big board.
That'll be Port's biggest lead for the night.
It's probably anyone's biggest lead for the night, I'd think. So we're at Whittlesea Bowls Club, round 10. Premier Reserve. Second place, Port Melbourne, up against the locals, Whittlesea, who are on the bottom, but it's such a tight section that it's anyone's game. Our stream rink here, Matty RENNEX 6, Jordan Yates 4 after 7. We've had a couple of dead ends in a row. And that 6 just put Port 6 in front, and that's the difference in the match. Jordan also won Anzac Day triples with Dad and Pop. That's not a bad pedigree. Dad's Day player, grandfather, world champion.
A few generations there.
Yeah. Jordan just wanting that to turn. Played good weight.
Yeah, lovely weight.
Brendan Wilson picking up a 3 for Port. Just pushes them out a little bit.
Yeah, a few wins in a row there. Just starting to create that little bit of a buffer.
So as we said earlier, they're out of the blocks, that Rink. Played 10 ends, and we've played 7 on the stream.
It's always handy that the stream's the last one in case it's close at the end.
Absolutely. Good correction, Henry.
Yeah, good shot.
Kyle Williams on the mat. Looks a good track.
Yeah, great track here. How's his speed?
His speed is excellent. What a shot.
Brilliant.
In unison. Used to say jinx when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Was that around when you were a kid?
Just.
Just.
Not as old as you.
Not quite. Pretty good reply.
Yeah, another handy second.
2 seconds.
One in the area.
From my memory, every time Kyle's nailed it with his first, he's repeated the dose.
You might be right. It's out in a good track again. Yeah, another good shot there.
Near enough to a repeat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Third shot, first and third. Didn't sit next to it and he's first and build a target either, which is certainly handy.
Yep, always good.
Not a lot of correction required from Allen.
No, he's just added a little bit of weight. It's not letting it get down.
Beautiful track. Could come in useful later. Got the 2 back bowls. The way this end's shaped up the last couple of ends, we'll probably see Wade at some point.
I think so.
So Nick looking to count, but he doesn't want to fatten the target.
No, I think he was just trying to get to that last bowl of Kyle's. If he gets to that and flops back in, he's in the count.
Little touch on that Henry bowl would be pretty good, wouldn't it? Oh, how's that? Oh, he's made a target. He's played it well, but just stiff.
Good shot. Another one in the head. Builds it up.
Rhino's got a good shot on here because he's got the 2 catches, sit either bowl, get hold of the jack, couple of metres of weight. It's a sider for him. He's played good weight.
Yep, lovely weight. Didn't miss by much.
I think we might see a run for cover. 3 back bowls are away. Jordan just contemplating, do I cover or do I try and change the head because it's too easy? Okay, so he's asking for another one. If he can change the angle of this head. If he turns his bowl onto the other one that's Henry's, he'd actually make 4.
Pretty good again.
Needs to get down harder. Oh, if he'd got behind his other one, it would have locked it in too.
I think we'll see a bit more aggression here. No.
No, it looks like he's just playing the same.
Get half of it.
Correction of line. Tighter than his first.
Hold on.
He's played less weight though.
It's a tricky weight. I think I'd be inclined just to get into this.
Yeah, or at least have played the same weight and only change one thing.
Yep.
He may have played the line he wanted and just underplayed his weight. Surely Jordan's going to the back there now. There's 4 bowls there.
You'd have to think so.
Another one to Nathan Murray.
Extends the lead to 14-4.
I don't think he's got enough on this to cover. Might block.
I would be astonished if he's tried to play a blocker there.
Not with the 4 back bowls. He wasn't looking at it as though I'm You know, hoping this gets
He's
on the line.
probably missed his target by 20 foot.
I'm going to be generous and say 10. I'm a bit nicer than you, though. Still seeing that couple of metres of weight sort of shot. 3 metres. Is it going to hang on? Oh, could get lucky. Oh, he's got second shot out of it.
Off the bowl that wasn't even meant to be there.
I'd say a couple of little things going slightly more Port's way than Whittlesea's way. A couple of little rubs of the green and that sort of thing. Just slightly in favour of Port.
Yeah, I think they probably had that few more bowls just in the area.
Yeah.
And that can lead to those results.
So Brendan Wilson drew the shot 4 inches directly past the jack, and Chris Watts outdrawn it.
Around a wall of bowls.
Yeah. 1 to Whittlesea, which will level that up 11-all. Jordan running for cover this time.
This time he hasn't missed his target. Needed one back. They had everything back, Port.
Especially only being 1 down now, so he can still play this if he plays the right weight. He can make a number. Depends how brave he is. If you're on the mat, are you playing this?
He doesn't want to lose his own, I don't think.
Does
But
that stay in the head, though, if he
I think so.
Cannon and locks on that back one?
I think if he springs at that sort of 4 to 5 feet,
Yeah, if he plays...
and if he plays that way, he's got the chance of sitting the bowl and staying for shot as well.
And that should keep his bowl in the head with that bowl. It should lock in.
Yep.
He's playing it.
Playing something like that. He's going to hold on.
Not quite.
Mighty attempt.
1 to Whittlesea. Finally.
Yeah, finally finished that end.
Third time lucky to finish that one. Well, I did say 1, but they've actually got the measure out.
I think they're measuring for the second.
Yeah, didn't give a thought to that Jordan Burley bowl on the right there. Getting a good view of the measure there. I think it was 1. Rhino might give us an indication if it was 1. No, he's engrossing the game as he walks past us. They'll put it straight on the scoreboard. Kyle puts it on the board and it is a 1 to Whittlesea. It's an important part of the match because Port just broke away with a couple of numbers here and there. It's important for Whittlesea that they stem that tide.
Yeah, just win a couple of ends in a row.
Good to see you tuning in, Steve Webster. So Whittlesea's won 5 out of these 8 ends, but all been 1s. It's a low-scoring game, just 2 multiples, a 2 and a 3 to Port.
It's been of high quality.
Yeah, there's been some good bowls played, that's for sure.
See Jordan just trying to make a correction on her line here. Speed was perfect.
Just hanging on, and
That's a good
again,
shot.
perfect weight.
Douglas killed the end there, a couple of rinks over. The ball right on the front of the jack and he's got out of bounds.
Okay, the
Oh,
long
no.
picked up a 3 on her 10th end. They're nearly at the end of the next one, but the 3 is certainly handy.
It's actually stayed in right under the peg over there. Whittlesea holds 1.
Great correction by Henry Boswood there.
Yeah, brilliant.
So Whittlesea making that 5 back we talked about.
Yeah, just won a couple of ends in a row, just stem the flow. That's all we got to do.
Still a long game, we're not halfway through. Well pointed here by Alan Foote.
He's played a good one there, Chow. Right on the front of it.
Oh, it's stiff that it fell. If it falls in or stays up, it's half the target.
Jordan give him the option here. And he's chosen to go it. Stroked it well.
Oh,
He's played a
that
good
is
shot.
unlucky.
And got a very poor
As
result.
we're going to see this replay. Gets the edge of that. Shoots one bowl onto their own. And Jordan Burley bowl straight out of the head.
I don't think they could have hit the target and got a worse result.
No. 3 down. Nothing within a yard.
Doesn't want to turn this off the front or flick the jack. He's missed it.
Handy home.
Yep, good area.
Brett Dodd getting 1 on the Michaela Long v Brett Dodd matchup. Important here for Nick to get something in the head for Jordan to work with.
Yeah, he's in the area.
Generally is.
Couldn't draw the shot here, could he? He couldn't. Oh,
Wow,
what a shot.
Nick McIntyre, why haven't you been playing this season? That's what his teammates are saying to him.
Vintage.
Winding back the clock. That's good enough at any time, but to do it when you got really nothing close, you got a bowl directly in front of the jack, which you can't see the jack, and you're a number down. And then he tucks his bowl in behind the opposition bowl, so he's not even sitting out to give him a target. Can't play it any better.
Yeah, good attempt there by Rhino. Lovely wait for the shot.
Every time down there when he's just had to reach, his first one's been tight, and his second one he's corrected perfectly. See if he can do that again. Okay, change of weight here. He's asking for a couple of metres of weight.
Yeah, we're trying to get Henry's bowl up onto the Nick shot bowl.
They've got plenty of bowls in the head that can afford to play this.
Yep.
Needs to hold.
Oh, another fair attempt.
You want to jump? Nick McIntyre's joined us. You've just drawn the shot. Do you want to jump in commentary as well?
Yeah, sure, mate.
Pretty happy with that one, mate. Vintage, we called it.
2 years in the making.
Is that when you played your last game 2 years ago? Didn't give him a target either, Nick.
It's wide, but it's kind.
He just told us the forehand down there is the kindest hand. Turns, but it's very kind. Jordan just wanting to get, if he can get third shot, he'd be very happy. Given that he's not, if he can get in the way, that's a bit of a consolation prize. Might force more weight. And I'm suggesting on the backhand. Try and get their second shot through the shot bowl, stay,
Yeah, I think
make
he's
a big number.
got the option of the jack there as well.
That's what he's playing.
Just a few tight.
He might.
How good's he got this?
Oh, he got the edge of it. Still got plenty in the head that it's not done any real damage apart from give Jordan more chance, but
Was the only part of that bowl he could hit and not get a result.
he won't be happy with that because he's played an absolute cracker and not got reward for it.
Couldn't have played it much better.
So Nick just calling for Jordan. He wants another bowl in the head, but ideally just past the jack. Second shot, third shot's very good. All those three bowls just in behind are Port Melbourne bowls. So he can, Matty RENNEX can sit the bowl, can get the jack.
Yeah, plenty of options. Just needs another one in the head.
It's always hard when you're trying to get another one in the head and cover, and you only got one bowl to do it.
He's got the cover bit.
He's got the cover. It's not bad. He's forcing him to get the bowl without the jack now.
He displays the same shot here.
Yeah.
Bowl or jack.
Same bowler gets it.
Yep.
Exact same bowler gets it.
If he gets the jack, there's every chance his bowl will run on with it.
Get the ball out. The jack stays two. Moves a little bit away three. Under the back blue. One down to the back. Okay.
He couldn't get that, and I don't know if it makes it, probably wouldn't make any difference getting the Jordan Yates bowl unless he got that,
Well, he does. He's got.
the jack, and the other
If
back
he gets
bowl.
the jack and the back one, he can nearly make 4 or 5.
Get it for the back one.
He wants the back one. Oh,
What a
that's what he's
shot.
done. He's pumped
That's
up.
brilliant. What a shot. Absolutely gutsed it. Got it flush. Brilliant.
How many was that, Rexy? Two.
2.
We're seeing some good bowls played here, ladies and gentlemen. Another one to Nathan Murray, 15-4 on that far rink. That's the difference in this game at the moment, that far rink.
Certainly is.
The Wilson rink picking up a 3 next door as well.
Extends
Good
Port's
Port.
lead a bit more. Starting to create a bit of a buffer here. Big ends here for Whittlesea. Season on the line.
Biggest lead of the game, 12 shots. Very good opener, Henry Boswood. And a very good reply, Jordan Burley.
Yeah, very good.
Get a great look at that. I love that Whittlesea Eagles logo on the 2 metre mark there.
Jack right in the middle of it. Perfectly rolled.
Jordan calling Jordan to go round the bowl, but she said, what about under? How about we try that? Perfect weight again.
Chaz.
Giving it a chance here, Alan, on the backhand.
Looking to turn the yellow up and the pink bowl, trail the jack. Plenty of options.
Couple of feet of weight.
Yep.
Good weight. Good result, but good weight. Michaela Long playing weight.
Killed the
end.
Good hit. The Murray killing the end of the far rink as well. Lots of dead ends.
Just shows the quality of the shot making of these two teams, particularly the back ends. Yeah, good home there. About a yard extra required here from Kyle. Chris Watt playing a cracker again, drawing a toucher. He's played some big bowls.
Has lovely track there again from Kyle.
Rhino looking to beat that blue and red bowl of his seconds. Just going a bit. Stayed on, right down the back, centre of the rink.
Just liking the weight again here. Nice 3 yard less.
It's unlike Nick in this game. He's allowed an end off, I guess. We'll get him one end. Don't think he's out wide enough. They run into that last bowl. Doesn't make it easier for Matty RENNEX.
Doesn't. He had to get into now.
Correction required from Nick.
Change of hand here. Is the call.
So both skips think they've got the shot. Is there any bias in that?
Yes.
Would you tend to err on the side of, if you weren't sure, on the side of down rather than up?
I would, personally, yes. Just a mindset thing.
Makes you give the bowl a chance, whereas if you think Sometimes if you think you're holding, you might underplay it. You don't want to give it away or... It's probably the most, I mean, it's the longest length just about, but it's the most bowls in the way. It's the hardest sort of open path that the skips have had to get to the jack.
Looking at the screen, it looks like the pink easy, but it's deceptive.
Yeah, the blue and red's just that little bit shorter in length. Okay, maybe Matty RENNEX thinks he's down. He's got it.
He's got it in the guts.
There's no doubt who's got shot now.
Brilliant.
That's 3 perfect drives in a row. Doesn't make Jordan's shot easy, does it? Bowls in the way.
Yeah, he's sort of got a couple of options. Sit or try it. Sit the red, trail the jack.
Needs a clear road. Oh, he got a piece. Holding 3.
Try and get it out here to the pink. Beat the pink. It's nearly in.
Yeah,
it's turned nice out here on that side.
Sure does. After a full-blooded drive.
This is a fair attempt.
He's gone back to the draw.
What a shot. He's starting to turn it on now, Rexy.
He's not counted. He's drawn the absoluter.
He's turned it up a notch the last couple of ends.
Gives Jordan, I think he's going to, even though he's 4 down, I think he's got to give that bowl a chance. Sit the bowl. Trail the jack.
Needs a clear path.
To draw. If he gets a clear path here, what a shot this is.
Oh, wow.
What a shot this is. Even if he doesn't get the shot, that is a cracker. 4 down.
That's brilliant.
No clear path. Manages to find a hole. Second shot.
Brilliant.
Here was me thinking he might arrive. Well, you don't need to if you can draw like that.
Tough shot. Lots in the way, but he's played it perfectly. Gets a nod of approval from Rhino on the way past. A good shot.
Chris Watt picking up a 1 next door.
Jordan was blaming the greenkeeper for that last bowl not getting down quite enough. Any ideas who he's blaming there?
Well, he's probably blaming himself. But I'd be thanking myself if I drew that close.
Certainly cut the damage out of it, the pain out of it anyway.
Don't have to get shot to play a good bowl.
No, that's correct. Looks like he's going to bring his team in for a bit of a chat here. Let's ask them to come up.
How's this for an opener? Within a foot, about a foot in front.
Don't mind this from Jordan. Recognises that Port sort of slipped away on the overall. He's bringing his team in just to give him a bit of a pep talk, let them know that their rink could be the difference. A few ends in a row can get that overall board back together. I like it.
Let's see what effect it has. Pretty good track. Past the jack.
In the game.
So you'd think that with the sun having just about set. The green have lost a little bit of pace, but they've still got finish on it.
Yeah, that might have been one of the things that Geordie was letting his team know, is that it's probably getting to that time of the evening where the game will try and will start to change.
The green, yeah.
The green will start to change,
Yeah.
so it's on who can pick that up first.
So far it's Henry. Not wasted back there. Meter off and she draws it.
Yeah, good shots there from Jordan in the game.
Correction of weight. Helen following it down. Beat the last. Game of correction this, so be looking to improve on that one. Carl's due to bang one on the jack. When he gets his first one on, he gets his second one.
Question from Matt Clark coming through asking when we think the best time to have a chat is, whether it be on the start of the end or on the crossover. Personally, I think the start of the end, you start off the whole end fresh, everyone can get something from the chat. Rather than holding on to it for 6 of the 8 bowls and then the skip giving their rundown and then having to go play 2 themselves. I think the start of the end's always the best time for a chat.
I agree, because otherwise, you know, there's a 2-3 minute gap from the conversation to the playing of the bowls. You want to walk away from that, clear in your mind, go back and play the shot. Good result there from Alan. Another one to Wilson Rink next door.
Yeah, all 3 rinks on the rinks next door have just finished, and Port have won them all, so this is really going to extend the buffer.
The next door was a 1. The far rink was another number, 4. That puts Nathan Murray out 19-4 on Ray Jansen. That's a big gap to try and make up.
It is.
Didn't quite catch what Port got on the Brett Dodd rink. Not a bad opener, Nick. He'll correct on that. This needs to stop. Won't be disappointed where it's finished. That was a 5 to Port on the Brett Dodd rink. They're just, this is starting to get a little ugly for if you're a Whittlesea supporter.
All of a sudden it's gone from 7 or 8 in it out to 22.
Yeah, it's a big lead. Mainly thanks to that Nathan Murray rink, 15 in front. Just showing in the last few ends why they're second on the ladder. First time up in this comp too. Doing a great job, Port Melbourne.
Yeah, they obviously come up last year. It's always hard first year in a comp, and they've risen to the occasion. They've got a lot of class players. Recruited well, Brendan Wilson, Mark Ryan. That's what you need to go to the next level.
Good track, not up. Both these skips having a good battle.
They are. They're both playing well. exceptional game.
Wait here. Runs into the last bowl of Matty RENNEX.
Want another one in there, Rexy.
Yeah, it'd be probably 2 or 3 seconds, isn't it?
They're interested. It's all down to his speed, how much he holds on.
Does he cut any seconds out?
Perhaps the back blue.
Change of weight now. Sit the bowl, little piece of the jack makes 3 or 4s. The call from Nick.
He's asking to get, that edge of the red off onto the jack. Move the jack about a foot to their bowls.
Shows the confidence that Jordan has in Nick.
Yep.
With the experience
Just
that Nick
goes back
has.
and plays
If Nick calls it, it's clearly the right shot to play. Just hanging on him.
No damage, that was a Whittlesea bowl. Another one under the total.
3 in a row. Low scoring on this rink.
You can hear it there from Jordan saying show a bit of fight. He knows that it's getting to the point in the game where there's almost no coming back if they don't turn it around now.
More than halfway through, 23 shots is a big margin. It's not inconceivable.
Just got to string a few ends together.
We saw a huge comeback in the women's gold final last week at region sides. Sandbelt were 18 behind. I'm not certain of the amount of ends left. I'm going to say maybe 20 odd. And they came back and got the chocolates.
Yeah,
so
incredible.
anything can happen.
Yep.
First thing you got to do is believe.
Yeah, if you lose the belief, you're already beaten. Just got to string a few ends together, then string a few more, and it might bring a couple of numbers. All of a sudden, you get it back to 15 and get it back to 10. Just try and do it in intervals.
Especially if that Ray Jansen rink can peg back. That'll give the other rinks a little bit of confidence that they're in the game.
Yep, get it back to 10. Gives the others a chance to cover them. The difference on this rink here has been sort of a few big bowls from Matty the last couple of ends. Has played some whoppers when they needed them.
Big conversions.
Yep.
And Jordan's played well, but, you know, that cracking shot he played was to cut it down.
Yeah, yep.
Whereas Matty RENNEX is playing the conversion to go from 1 down to hold a number. A 2 a couple of ends ago for the previous end, even though they got 1, but he converted it to 4. Not much of a correction required here from Henry.
He's done it well.
Yeah, he has. He's done it well, but that extra probably foot to 2 that we thought it had, that's just with the sun setting and the green slowing. Just a touch, probably
just a touch.
second.
And obviously, we spoke about it probably 15 minutes ago. Obviously, Porter found that change. They've just gone whack against across the board, picked up a few numbers.
Yeah.
Obviously handled that change of green differently right at that crucial time. It can happen so quickly, the green changing.
Great correction from Jordan. Yeah, it's coming back. Yeah, well played. That's 2. Open draw. Weight good. Touch wider.
Tracky from Chow.
That's their own bowl there.
He's played it well.
Turns it in for shot.
Lovely weight.
Yeah, he's turned it close to the jack high, opened it up, made it better.
Giving them a bit more of an option to sit or trail.
Which is why Mark Ryan is trying to tuck this away and take that shot away from Nick.
Yeah, trying to jump on first. Another end of port next door, just the one to the Wilson rink.
Good weight, Mark Ryan. Just got a gap, I think. Oh, edge of the bowl. No damage, got plenty of seconds. Port also winning the Brett Dodd rink. Not sure quite how many it was.
And as Ray Jansen's won the far rink. Not sure how many that was either, but they've stemmed the flow a little bit. Got an end back.
They got a 1. An important one to get because they'd lost 5 ins in a row, 13 shots.
Yeah, they've got a good shot there from Nico. Played it well. Great weight for the shots. Hit the bowl in, trail the jack.
Was a 1 to Brett Dodd, putting that rink 1 in front. They've scored 7 in their last 3 ends. Just talking about what weight to play here. Mark Ryan suggesting just the arrive would be the best weight to play.
Yeah, just to spring the jack. They'll crack an egg.
He's converted very, very well in the last few
he?
ends. He needs to hold. Oh. Look at where he's finished, though.
He couldn't have played it much better.
Important that Jordan just tries to beat that last bowl.
Yeah, tough shot here on the forehand. There's a lot in his way, but it's all he's got on.
I thought he'd have played backhand and open. He just obviously didn't want to touch the shot
Yeah,
bowl
give
as
it
well
away
as
himself.
elected to. He played one down here a couple of ends ago when there was a wall of bowls in the way and he found a way, but not on this occasion. Just too much in the way. Matty RENNEX played that first one so well, he doesn't need to change much.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to change much. If he misses, 1 down's not the end of the world with the way the score is at the moment.
Absolutely. Carl, I'm going off behind. I hope it's not mine.
Turn Jack over or are you here?
Taking a bit of time to think about this one. I don't know if maybe he thinks just going straight out it's easier, but he played that first one so well.
Yeah, he did. Doesn't have to change a lot.
Still thinking.
Probably drop 6 feet.
In the
Gotta be
area.
close.
Well, it went when it went, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
His body language early thought he was high.
Yeah. And then he got the trot up. I'd like to see Jordan back himself to draw a shot on the backhand. I know there's a risk, but 24 down, take the punt. It's important he draws another shot. That's the thing when you're down, you are forced to take more risks than when you're holding, or when you're up, sorry, on the board. And of course, you're playing for rink points too, so
Absolutely. Every point counts.
Whilst the big board's pretty large, there's 3 rinks that are really tight. This one's going to come to back down to 4 or 3 if he drew it. Just the one, I think. Stops that run of 3 ends from Port. Keeps up the trend, though, for Whittlesea on this rink. Every end they've won has been a 1. So they won 6 ends apiece, but the RENNEX rink has picked up a couple of 2s and a 3, which has made the difference of the 4 shots.
Yeah, if you can eliminate those ends you lose to 1, that's a massive advantage. It helps a lot. Dropping numbers is what hurts, what kills you.
Well, that's what's been the problem on that far rink, the Nathan Murray rink. They've picked up a 4, a 5 and a 6.
Yep, that's the difference in the game probably right there.
So again, in ends, Ray Jansen's won 5 ends and Nathan Murray's won 7. And the difference is 14. So they've really got the big numbers, which is just makes a huge difference.
It does. Clangers, we like to call them.
What do you call it, clanger? Is it 2 or 3?
3 or more.
Yeah.
Might even be 4 or more.
So if it's 3 or more, let's just go with that argument. There's only been 1 clanger in this whole game that we've watched.
Yep. It's been a very high standard.
Look at that, Henry.
Brilliant.
Back toucher. And Jordan had played a good opener. She's played 2 good shots.
Yeah, 2 rippers.
Won't be disappointed. And that's the thing with leading. As a lead, you don't have to get the shot. You just got to get bowls in the head. And she's done her job on this end.
Just got to build the head up for the teammates coming after you.
I think it was a dead end on the Michaela Long, Brett Dodd rink.
Yeah, another good one there from Henry.
Beautiful weight.
Exceptional leading from both leads. All 4 bowls in the zone.
Henry with first and third. Kyle coming down on the forehand. Sit on the bowl. I think he's out enough. I think that hand just gets a little tougher because it's still turning but slightly slower the green, and it can be hard sometimes to compute. Do I have to go out that wide and put that sort of weight on?
You'd think it would lose that sort of vicious hook right at the end with that drop of pace.
But as we saw that those last 2 bowls of Matty RENNEX on the last ends, there's still plenty of turn there. Not quite what they were looking for. I'll be giving the shot away, I think. Not a total disaster. Down a bit further, Kyle Williams,
Yeah, good
well
shot.
played. Another one to Brendan Wilson next door.
Drifting under there from Chow.
Yeah, he's played them both a bit too tight. Not an easy shot here for Nick.
No forehand.
Draw, just doesn't really want to touch the jack, but it'd still be a good shot.
Yeah, he wants to be out of that ball of Kyle's. Just dropping in off it. Hasn't quite got the pace. Track was all time.
What's Mark Ryan playing here?
I think he's sort of playing similar to Allen, down on the backhand, giving himself a chance. Got plenty to sit. Any jack contact's going to spring it and give them a better chance.
If you got that Jordan bowl either solid or just on the inside, if he doesn't move the jack, he'd make a couple.
Yep.
Not quite getting down enough. Takes that one out the way. Opens it up a little further. There's a couple of short bowls there, forcing Nick to play the right line.
Yeah, just needs to add a metre on his last.
They're certainly not in the way.
He's tighter than his first.
Had better weight.
Did. I think that makes Rhino play a fraction more weight now.
Yeah, I agree.
Although, I don't want to go too quick and pop his own out. So the call's the same. Certainly tighter. Close.
Played it better. Where's that jack going?
He's got one out.
One down, but 2 in the head now.
Makes it pretty hard here for Geordie to get another one. Got to play it perfect. He might be opting to get one down on the left-hand screen where the jack's going to spring to.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where Whittlesea have got to, they got to score, but they want to score more than one. But Port's made it hard for Jordan to score more than one.
Very tough. Got to play it perfect. He's out in a good line.
As we're saying though, even though that weight's dropped off a little bit,
still got
it hasn't stopped turning. Might force Matty RENNEX on the forehand now. Little splash on the jack.
Yep. Could nearly get the the pink clean if he's under the jack on the forehand.
Yeah, even if a little bit of the outside of the jack or inside the jack, sorry.
Yeah, plenty of options out.
Yeah.
Similar weight to Mark.
Is it going to hold? Is it going to open a gap? Yeah, it opens. Maybe not. Maybe not.
There's another ball in the head. That was Marks that got turned up.
Yeah.
Does not make it any easier for Geordie to draw another. I think he's just got to get one out on the left-hand side of screen. Sort of jack high to that.
Yeah, in case it's
white horizontal line.
Yeah. And I'm going to say...
Even nearly out to where the two white lines meet.
Yeah. I'm going to say he can't draw another one. And he's not going to try. As much as they want more than one, and as much as they'd like another bowl in the head, sometimes you just can't.
Yep. He might even be trying to kill it himself. Which is sort of them admitting that they need to start making numbers.
It's high risk. Another foot or so, he nearly drew one.
I don't know if they'll be looking if that cannon lines up on that pink now. Or we might even be able to get the pink clean.
Yeah, I think the pink will go clean if he gets it right.
Might lose the back blue, but it'll leave Rhinos a shot.
Yep.
If there's a fraction high, that cannon that Jordan just set up there might even work.
I feel like the cannon's going to get the jack, which is not bad either.
Yeah, they've got everything out that side. It kills.
Everything to gain from reaching here.
Yep.
Quicker than his last.
He stepped it up a bit the last few ends, Rexy. I'd expect him to get this. I'm backing him in.
He's playing it backhand, so maybe he's going the cannon. He's been stroking his weighted shots very, very well.
Yeah,
cleaned them out.
Well done.
Left the Henry Boswood.
Yeah, well played. Got them all.
For shot.
He had plenty of options there.
There's that Mark Ryan one.
Okay, Long's played a whopper on the rink next door.
Trailed
Two
the
over.
jack back. Made a number.
Could even be 4.
4. And Brett Dodd hasn't got a bowl left. That's the stuff they need. That's big. They got 4 there. 1 to Port here. As Chris Watt drives a bowl out for a shot. I don't know how many, but just starting to lift a little bit.
Yeah, a couple of ends in a row, a number there. They just need to back that up again. It's not over yet.
No, that's what you like to see. They're having a dip. We'll just see if we can see what Chris Watt scored there. Few standing in the way of the scoreboard. Thanks, Matt. We're enjoying bringing it to you. It's a great game. Couple of feet away. Not wasted there. Handy opener from Henry.
Yeah, certainly in the game there. Plenty of balls in that area get shot.
I'm just going to go on to Bowls Link and have a look what Chris Watt scored a 1. Great reply, Jordan Burley. Having a good battle, these two.
They are.
Henry just apologising for that one, but it's not wasted at the back.
No, it's certainly better than that far short.
So we're here at Whittlesea Bowls Club, round 10, Premier Reserve game. Whittlesea hosting second place Port Melbourne. It's a big game for both teams. Whittlesea on the bottom at the moment. Port looking to secure top 2, but as Maddie told us earlier, the Whittlesea team have got 4 out of their last 5 at home, and Port Melbourne have got 4 out of the last 5 away. So does sort of help things for Whittlesea with that. But this being one of their home games was really important that they get it, and they're going to have to really pull back a lot of shots here if they can get back into this game and give themselves a chance to win it.
Yeah, it's massive for their season to try and get it back on a track. They'd lost, this will be 3 in a row, I think. 4 of their last 5. Just got to get one win, build a bit of momentum. One win can lead to another.
It's that Nathan Murray rink that's doing the damage for Port.
Three more to that, Nathan Murray, I
Port.
think.
Yep. Ray actually looked like he'd played a good shot with his last,
he wasn't far off it.
He's still 3 down.
Let's see what Matty's calling here. He's calling for sort of a yard on, trail the jack, land the pink. We've got the 2 bowls just behind the jack. Plenty of options.
This has probably been the easier hand to play the weight because it's not cutting as much.
Played lovely weight. Another one in the area.
Rob Miller trailing the jack and sitting right next to it next door. That's exactly what Whittlesea need. Nick's played this hands really well.
Yeah, he has. Right on the front of it.
Yeah.
Couldn't have played it any better.
Slight correction in line. Weight is good. If he can just sit that second shot of Jordan's, they'd be very happy with that.
Yep. A few options here.
There is a big gap though. But he's not playing a lot of weight. He's got
Be close.
Little more than his first, and that's what's...
Oh, what an attempt.
Yeah, that's what's caused it to hold. Just that tiny bit was the extra weight that he had. It's only a metre or so, but it made the difference.
Between the white and the jack. I'm drawing to the white. If I fall short, I'll draw another. I want to give it anything up to you.
The way this overall is, I think they've got to get as many as they can.
Yeah, got to keep piling them in, I think. Other option is that they're Rink, they're 5 down.
Yep.
Every point's going to count. Make hay while the sun shines. Keep putting them in there.
We've got one rink in front, and the other 2 rinks are 4 and 5 down. They could get 6 points out of it, which is not a disaster. Minimum they would really want to be getting from here is 4, but ideally get 6 points if they can't bridge enough of
He's
the
played
gap
that pretty
back.
well.
Be holding 3.
3, I think, yep. I think he's got to get back to the draw here. Doesn't want to be sort of poking and drop a soft 5.
Yeah, this Matty RENNEX rink has not allowed more than 1 to be given away for this whole match. 6 ones they've dropped.
Just giving it a chance.
He wants the inside of that pink one. He cut it down to 2. Yeah, he's cut it to 2.
It's also less than that gap as well for his next one.
He's got his own on the way in.
Yep.
What do you think? Backhand draw for Jordan here?
I think so.
It's his own bowl on the way up. Whittlesea winning the rink next door. At the end next door. Oh, Alan just popping his head in the way, but we can get a clear look at it.
He's brought it in. Played a good shot.
Hasn't made it any easier either.
3, maybe 4. I think there was a bit of a number there to Chris on the rink next door.
Yeah, 3 to Chris. They've only got 3 ends left that rink, but they've bridged the gap to 1. It's important for those rink points.
Yep.
And of course, if they get up and this rink got up, well, it bridges the gap overall too, and you never know. Is he going big? Or is he just... I feel like he's going to go big.
Yeah, you might try and just clean him out. Get off the inside of his own. He can get a result.
He's been driving well. This would be a heartbreaker though, wouldn't it?
Would be. Yeah,
Oh, the jack's
shot.
moved. That's a Mark Ryan bowl there.
He asked for it to be good, and it was.
It was very good.
I think that's the bowl he was going for. There's plenty of angles off that.
See the 2 bowls travelling together, but they both go further than the jack, and the Mark Ryan bowl ends up shot. Just looking at the plant on that.
Does it might have 2 seconds.
Does it get the jack, I think, is what they're looking at. But on the backhand, you can get it without the plant. Can pop the jack, can get the plant.
Yeah, Port Melbourne's got the backest. Can't see it on the screen. Oswood bowl.
Just looking at the different angles and what's going to happen.
And he's thinking he could get Ryan's bowl onto...
Or the edge of it and run and get Matty RENNEX bowl out.
Yeah, and Rhino Bowls gets the other Tweed Ed's bowl of Henry's. Pretty tricky shot. Either that or he could just get the jack on the nose in the pit for 1. But they probably do need to start manufacturing a few shots here.
Kill, it's not a terrible result either.
Yep. Big weight. That'll get them shot, I think.
Yep. Not as many as they wanted, but they'll take the 1. Better than 1 down. Just bridges it back closer, and as we talked about, still just getting 1s. just cannot, for the life of them, seem to get a multiple. Johnny Sanders would like to know from you, Matthew, your favourite Indian dish.
My favourite Indian dish.
Little random, but that's probably sums Johnny Sanders up anyway as being a little random.
I'm very bland when it comes to Indian. Can't go past a butter chicken and a garlic naan.
How did I know you were going to say that? I'm probably pretty close to that. I do like my garlic naan and butter chicken, but don't mind a chicken korma or chicken tikka masala. What about you, Johnny? Something spicy, I think. Maybe Rogan Josh if it was called Rogan Johnny. Loves the garlic naan, does Johnny. So Sunday we're going to be down at Belmont, Matty.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Great initiative from Bowls Vic, the gather round.
Regional round.
Yep.
Had one in Bendigo earlier in November.
Yeah, I think that was a great day. Unfortunately, we didn't get the chocky, so we'll be looking to change that result this weekend. But I think it's a great initiative, getting all the best players in the state, in the world, in Australia, and a few of the world's best all at the one venue. Should be a brilliant day. I think the weather's supposed to be nice. Greens are great. Get down there.
I went and checked out the venue on Wednesday, and it looks magnificent. It was my first trip down there. They got a greenkeeper that does 4 grass greens, and they all look absolutely immaculate. And then the surrounds are outstanding, just curated perfectly. Hedges and all sorts of things there, and that's all done by volunteers. So
beautiful.
Pretty impressive, very impressive club. You've got a decking that looks out over their C and D greens. So really looking forward to that. All 8 Premier Division sides will be down there. And we're going to be streaming Bundoora versus Essendon at a 12 o'clock start. First game starts there at 10:30. So if you're in the area or if you're in Melbourne, it's not that far.
Yeah, not
Come
far
on down.
Down the freeway.
First one, 10:30. Next one, 11, 11:30 and 12 o'clock. So you'd be able to come down and, in theory, probably watch the finish of all 4 games. And if you can't get down, tune in on the stream. We'll be there from about midday.
Yep, BVTV, we bring it all to you live.
Wants the jack to the right spot. Not bad.
It's a good shot.
Can he sit it solid and stay? No, he sat it and fell out.
Just a fraction over.
Brett Dodd picked up a 2 to bridge that gap back to 1 shot. Whittlesea needing all the shots they can get. Nick needs to add another one here.
Looks under.
Yeah. Got another one. Beat the back red, you get the shot, is the call. think he might be under 2.
Yep.
He played pretty good weight though. Good enough for shot, that's for sure.
Yep. Just needs to make his correction on the line.
It's wide up. As we see this beautiful hook on this hand. That'll come back nicely, just
speed.
needs the weight.
That's all happening on Rink 3.
David Cox said it's all happening on Rink 3. Makata Long plays weight, punches a bowl, and then runs up onto the jack. Little fortunate.
Yeah, that bowl was about 8 foot short of the jack, and she's ran right up onto the front of it, a front
Yeah.
hopper.
Yeah. Still right in 3 of these rinks.
Yeah, plenty to play for. Every point will count when it comes down to the end of the season. If they can string a few wins together, they're going to need every win they can.
And 12-6 is such a big difference to 16-2.
Yeah, it is.
Needs to turn.
Ooh, that's a good shot from Geordie. Not sure if he's done enough, but he's...
No. 1 centimetre tighter, and he would have been happy.
That ball's got to be worth a few, doesn't it? The one he just rested on for his next one.
Yeah, I think it is.
Man, he really needs to get another one in here.
Got to avoid the Nick McIntyre bowl.
Yep.
He's out on a good line.
He's going to miss that. He hasn't.
Oh, he's got it right in the guts.
He's almost got to play for this Allen football.
Depends how many they've got. If they've got 3, 4.
If he lands it and stays at 6, maybe nearly 7, surely.
Well, they're looking at it.
He's got to...
For the overall, yes, but for the rink,
Yeah, I think the overall's got to come first. If they can pick up a 6 or a 7 here, I'd nearly be playing it back end, I think, under the jack, get in the guts.
I feel like their conversation is about drawing and where to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a backhand draw. To avoid the front bowls. They obviously don't want to turn that Matty RENNEX bowl in, which has forced the change, but they've elected not to play the aggressive shot. Could be holding 4. It's not going to change anything. Weight was good enough probably to count just about. Maybe not. Underplayed the line. Hasn't made it any easier for Matty RENNEX. Probably got to draw under that Jordan Yates bowl and beat one of those blues.
Yeah, draw to the blue. Even if he gets to the pink and flops back, it's nearly shot.
Could this be the first multiple for the Yates rink?
Rhino's indicated it's 4, so they might already be 4 down. If it is 4, it probably
That's why they've elected to draw, I think.
makes more sense. Got a 4 there to Chris Watt on the rink next door. 20-17.
Must have been. That's important. With only a couple of ends left on that rink.
It is.
Oh, it's a big end here for Whittlesea.
Yeah.
First multiple that they've picked up. Could be the biggest one of the game.
Interesting shot there too, because if he got his own out, it
Might have only been one worse,
might
though.
have been.
And there was so much in the way, and he'd been playing his weighted shot so well, he's backed himself.
He might have been a bit worried about that too, because he missed it on the high side. Didn't want to get his own.
2, 3. And a half. Four. That tightens it up here.
It's a margin back to 15. We spoke about just doing it at intervals. There is still 6 ends left on this stream rink. 20 ends left overall. 15 and 20 is certainly doable.
It's doable. We talked about what Sandbelt did last Sunday.
Whittlesea lead has just let off on the far rink too, so they've won another end. Just a 1, 6-24. All of a sudden it's back to 14. They've just trimmed 10 off in pretty quick time. Do that again, it's game on.
It sounds simple.
There's a question coming through there from Match Jackson Balls, probably one for you, Troy. With Clayton and Altona playing 2 games this weekend, can the Prem guys in the lower grades play in the lower grades on the 1st and 2nd of Feb when they have a week off?
So you can only play 1 game in a round. So if you've played a round 10 game in your Premier League side or a round 11 game, you can't go and play a round 11 game in another side, even if it's on a different day, even if it's on a different week. So that game's been moved, the Altona-Clayton game, by agreement of the 2 sides, because there's both sides have players who are competing in Trans-Tasman.
Yeah, okay.
So both clubs came to us requesting that, and they were both in agreement because it affected both sides. As we see Henry nailing his first bowl, put the pressure on. That's what they need to do. The rink's well and truly up for grabs here now.
Yeah, nothing in it. Another one to Whittlesea on the Chris Watt rink. There's another end in a row. You can just hear the noise lift a bit. The Borough boys know that Whittlesea's coming at them.
They've picked up 9 in 4 ends there. Michaela Long picked up a 3 too. All of a sudden it's 10. They're not going away, Whittlesea.
No, they're not. They're certainly showing a bit of fight here. It's what they needed, and just to win a couple more ends and it's really game on.
And they lead on 2 rinks plus a tie.
Yep. Probably the only slight downfall is the Chris Watts rink's the one that's gone on a bit of a run here, and they're on their last end. Yeah,
Alan, well played. 3 down here. Important bowl for Kyle. Especially with Whittlesea coming back, they need to continue that run.
Yep.
Open draw though. Ditch to ditch. Not going to get the shot. Really cut it down. No. You can just see how much they're starting to pull up now compared to the start of the game.
Yeah, certainly doesn't have the same finish it did the first half of the game. Good shots here from Allen.
They've got 3 shots and he's just gone in past the jack. 2.5 feet. Brett Dodd running, missing. So that obviously means Michaela Longrink's holding.
Yep.
1 bowl left from each of the skips. What's Nick McIntyre done?
Over.
I don't know what she's holding. She's holding 3. Michaela's just drawn the shot.
Big one here from Dogger.
That'd put it to 7 if they get this.
Yeah, this is getting interesting.
Playing weight.
He's interested. He's killed it. Good hit.
Yeah, he's killed it. As Mark Ryan plays an absolute bomb. 4 shots here to Port. Is Nick just trying to lose a yard? Or is he keeping his weight to give it a chance?
I think if he's keeping his weight now, the head's set up a bit nicer. They can land the bowls or trail.
Or has he got enough?
No, he hasn't. We're disappointed in that.
Especially after fighting so hard to get a 4. They've now left their skip 4 down on the crossover with still another bowl to come to Port. Could be a settling end here for Port. They need it.
This is turning a lot.
It's actually worked out well. He didn't like it, but
Wow.
it's actually worked out well. He's got another one. He's got another one past. They're holding 5 or possibly even 6. This is the most important bowl of the match here for Jordan Yates.
They can't afford to drop a number here. They've made such a big run. They've knocked 14, 15 off the score. Got it back to 10. Drop a number here really undoes all that hard work.
They're interested.
Very interested.
If it holds, what a shot, Jordan Yates. What a shot. I think he likes it by that reaction too.
Unbelievable. What a shot. Absolute cracker.
Maximum pressure. 10 down on the big board. 5 or 6 down on the head. And you can see how much he likes that.
Yeah, right when they needed it. That's clutch.
He'll rewatch that a couple of times.
I think so.
Matty RENNEX running. Gets the back one out.
Now he's got to reset Jordan, get another one in there.
Yeah, the adrenaline will be pumping here.
Yeah.
He's got to calm himself to play his next one.
Yeah, he's got to get himself back down to a neutral.
It's the biggest bowl of the game, though. I'd say Ray Jansen's holding on the far ring because Nathan Murray's running. He got a bowl out, but I don't think he's got shot.
You can certainly see, other than this head on this rink, they're saying that every other head, it's starting to turn in Whittlesea's favour.
Go nowhere, folks, because this game is well and truly on.
The Port skips are having to play a lot more weighted shots. Looks interested again. It's not going to hold on.
No.
Well,
Hasn't
Matty's
got
got
the
an
weight.
opportunity here to peel this bowl out and make a big number.
So that was the biggest bowl of the match for Whittlesea. This could be the biggest bowl of the match for Port Melbourne if he gets it. Chris Watt drove a bowl out next door. They're having a go.
This could be the game right here.
The heartbreaker. If he gets this, we're going to see some emotion.
He's high again.
What a shot, Jordan Yates.
Back to single digits.
And there's still 16 ends to go.
Yeah, plenty of time. This is anyone's game. It's heated right back up. Chris Watt driving again.
Nathan Murray played weight and went through the gap. I'd suggest Whittlesea's got the shot.
I think that might
I
be
saw
number to Jansen.
Neil Owen put 5 fingers
did.
up.
Thought there'd be a bit more noise if it is.
Let's see what the board does. Maybe he's got a couple of strange fingers that when he tries to get a 2, all the other ones stay up because they got 2 shots.
I definitely thought he was putting 5 fingers up there too.
He tricked us.
He did.
Well played, Neil Owen. I think you'd rather get the 5 than trick us, though.
I think so.
So from ditch to ditch to a short end now. Brendan Wilson runs a bowl out. What's he made?
That's a big number, I think.
It's the last bowl of the end. Just stems the tide. That was important.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 3 out already.
5.
4, 5.
Interesting choice of Chris Watt to drive with his last bowl. Obviously only had 1 bowl in the head. They were going a 1 bowl target.
They're measuring for 6 here. That's a heartbreaker.
It's left that bowl vulnerable, and Brendan Wilson's gone up the other end. He said, see you later.
But also it's won him the rink.
Yep.
Because that's the last end. That's huge.
Really needed to draw to get another one in the head there.
I think 5. We'll wait for the scoreboard, but they didn't actually signal. We'll either wait for the scoreboard or we'll check it out on Bowls Link with our digital scoring. Six shots.
That's massive.
So we're talking about numbers before that. Rink picked up 2 threes, a 4 and a 6. Pushes it back out to 13, but still
14 ends.
14 ends. I look at that magic number of if you've got
goals in minutes.
Yeah,
shots in ends.
Shots in ends. There's more ends left than shots. Kyle Williams holding one with his first one, just went to the back with a second, not deliberately, but there's a bit of action going on all over, isn't there?
There is.
Has he got the jack?
Yeah, he has.
He's got the jack and he's made 3. But now Nick can try touch the jack and make 3 himself. He's not far away. Got the bowl.
Yeah,
Stays
nails
for
the
shot. Falls in behind. Well played, Nick.
Lovely weighted shot. The thirds, Rhino and Nick have shown all their experience. They play just that lovely weight. If they miss in the right areas.
Bit like this.
Bit like this.
But he hasn't missed.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, he's made 2. Pretty good weight.
Yeah,
Just
perfect
hanging
speed.
out.
Doggers driving again on the rink. 2 over. Got the gap. He's played 2 crackers here, Rhino.
Oh, Mark Ryan. In behind the jack. Well played.
Sensational.
Opened it with his first. 2-bowl play. Puts the pressure back on Jordan Yates. I think it's going to hang enough.
I think that's 3 to Whittlesea on the Michaela Long rink. Just confirm on the board.
Three it is.
Yep. So back to 10.
Not
She's
going to
going to
hang.
hold on just a fraction over.
Full draw. Sit on the bowl. Touch on the jack. They've got Jordan Burley's bowl. Just over a foot past. You just see the jack poking out in front of Matty Rennick's bowl. Just underplayed.
Doesn't need to make a lot of adjustment here. 2 foot off and he's good enough for shot.
It's important for the rink that he draws this. Put him back in front. Got a free hit. Not a lot of room, but an open hand. Free go at it. Better line.
Not there.
Yeah, it's a bit slower out on that ditch, isn't it? Well played, Mark Ryan. Take the 1. Stops that run of 6 shots in 3 ends by Whittlesea.
Yeah, two rippers there from Rhino. 11 in 12, still under that magical number.
And of course the Rink 12 all. Plenty to play for here. Ray Jansen's trailed the jack. I think he's made 1. 3/4 length. See Danny Club coming up on our stream. Thank you, Danny Club. Thank you, Moama, for assisting us to bring you all at home this fantastic game. Prem Reserve, Whittlesea up against Port Melbourne. Whittlesea got to about 22, I think, behind.
I've seen 24 at
24.
one point.
But they've bridged it back. They got back to 7, and a big shot from the Brendan Wilson Rink, not only to get a 6, but to win the rink and push it back out. And Whittlesea now got their work cut against them. But we're 12 all here as well, so the rink points are critical.
Phelpsy's played a whopper over on the far rink.
That's Nathan Murray. 2 goodies from Henry. I'd argue he's probably got the better of Jordan in this second half.
Yeah, I think so. Launch is in the chat. Anthony Witowski. Hello, Staff. Catch you tomorrow, brother.
Yes, we'll do. We've got a twilight game, 4 o'clock, Yarra Glen v Mitcham. Looking forward to it.
Josh Sanders is also in the comments. Hey, boys. Great to see a Prem Reserve game stream tonight. How are you? Well, thanks, mate.
Yeah, loving it.
Very high standard. Both teams have played well.
Such a tight comp.
Good shot here from Chow. Alan Foote, brilliant.
My apologies on that Ray Jansen rink. I put a 2 on there, but it was a 1. 24-7 after 17 there. That was on the end prior, and I think it was a 1 then to Nathan Murray. They're the furthest away from us, a little hard to see at times. But we always have Bowls Link that we can double check things. Yeah, stays on, Alan.
13 in 11. That's tough.
Getting harder. Needs to get down.
He's dead weight. Just a fraction over.
Three to Port here. Just needs to beat this back one. He's got past it, which is handy too. Big bowl from Nick here. Arriving. Close. And run. Improves the head. Just turning a touch, didn't quite have enough weight. Needs to turn on his own, he'll get shot. Played a good one with his first.
Yeah, doesn't have to change much.
Just under. So just looking at the Nick McIntyre bowl, sort of in the way. They're looking at
Trying to draw around it, turn Rhino's bowl up or slide around it.
cover the back. Kyle Williams bowl out there that Jack could splash back to. We'll draw another. Off that bowler next. Start. Doesn't make it any easier for Jordan.
Doesn't.
You able to wait through the port?
I think so. Touch on the jack.
Turn the last bowler, Matty RENNEX. It should still get Nick's up for shot, depending on his weight, of course. He's close.
In the area.
Oh, he's made two out
What
of
a
that, hasn't he?
shot. Brilliant.
What a shot.
We spoke earlier about that weight control, and he has played it brilliantly there.
Wacky's front one, the last. Get it straight in the line.
Big weight here, trying to get the two bowls. Plenty of options. Pretty big target.
Played these shots well tonight.
Got something.
Oh, he's got one.
He's got it clean. Good stiff.
Two to Brett Dodd on the rink next door.
Stroked it well.
Well, two rinks over, but it's kind of the rink next door now with the rink next door finishing. Takes it to 15 in 11. 10, sorry. That's getting tough. Getting tougher.
Yeah, wouldn't they like to have that six back from the white last end?
Yep. Two of these three rinks are still winnable by both sides. One to Whittlesea. Or as my GPS likes to call it, Whittlesea.
Three to go on this rink. Still anyone's game.
All the rinks out there still with 3 ends to play. The far rink, Nathan Murray and Ray Jansen nearly finished their 19th end. Henry's adjusted well to this change of weight.
He has. What a starter.
Look at that.
Brilliant.
Done his job consistently tonight.
He's played well. Few there that are Port boys on the far rink. This will be curtains, I think.
Henry looking for same again. Just about done the same
what
again.
A shot. 2 rippers. Great bleeding. Brilliant.
We might see weight here.
I think we will.
Left it up to Kyle. What would you do? You're playing 2. Skipper's left it up to you. What are you doing?
Probably restarting the end, I think. They need shots.
Yeah.
Kill it. Start again.
Electing to draw, maybe setting it up and then go. Does Port try and change this head?
I think they have to. Yeah, that's what Matty's called. He say play it with a yard, beat the back one. If he's tight and tucks it in, it's going to make it better.
Was 1 to Nathan Murray on the far rink. He's in the choice again. He's probably going to try and draw again. They got Nick McIntyre coming, who's got a good runner on him.
Yeah, he can hit him pretty well.
Might not need to.
No.
He might not. Trailer Jack. Good opener, Jordan.
Yeah,
well
good opener. Kayla's played a good shot on the rink next door.
From what I can tell, she's played well.
Yeah, I think so.
Henry's done it again.
Yeah, good
He's done
starter.
it again.
He's playing well.
Brett Dodd. He's drawn shot or second shot. Two goodies from Michaela, just going through the gap, but two good bowls. Michael Hurst joining from England. This is Premier League reserve match. Hard to believe with the standard, but Premier League reserve.
Kayla Long has just played a bomb And by the sounds of it, she's made a lot.
A lot. So it's Premier League reserve. Whittlesea, the host club, on the bottom of the ladder, but it's a really tight section. Port Melbourne, second place. It's a round 10 match. 4 to go after this round. 14 games we play. So 4 to Michaela Long.
Yeah, she's made 4. Landed a bowl straight out. 4 shots. Gives them a small sniff.
Makes it hard for the Brett Dodd Rink to try and get the points.
Yeah, that's probably sewn up that Rink.
9 in 2.
Handy 2 points could help.
Jordan Yates just coming along. It's 11 with 7 to play, Jordan. Wants the overall, which is a good sign. They're not giving up. Oh, a couple of feet, 2.5 feet.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time here. 7 ends.
He's played this well, Alan. Played this extremely well.
Yeah, what
Touch
a shot.
up in behind the jack. Gives them a couple. Makes it harder. But keep finding the answers, Port. Jordan just asking where it looks better. To me, it looks better on the back end. Give it a chance inside of the second shot.
Yeah, I think he's got more options there.
Got to give it a chance. Can they play bigger weight, get the 2 bowls out, get the front one off the line.
Close.
Oh, he got 1 out. He nearly got the gap too, which would have been really cruel. Andy, just the 1. Hard to get to.
Yeah, it's not getting any easier.
Jordan saying you got about 1 inch. Well,
probably doesn't need that far, Nick.
No, it's too much room for him.
How much is he going to get down?
Almost enough.
Oh.
Almost enough. President Pat Schramm tuning in. Great to have you on board again, Pat. Bowls Vic President does a great job.
You're just trying to keep your job?
Oh, well, it doesn't hurt. But she does do a great job.
I'm sure.
She even gave you a rap, Matty.
Yeah, and I don't even have a job at Bowls Vic.
No. Yet.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, probably.
Probably something similar here from Nick. He's got to try and get a roll out of that bowl or turn the jack off the front of it.
He was unlucky with his first, wasn't he?
Yep.
The way it's turning, that bowl of Mark Ryan's is not in the way.
No, it's not.
Get down
Just got
harder.
a rip.
Get down harder, Nicholas.
Oh,
He's jack
one
high.
attempt. He's given him a chance, though. He
2 seconds.
can use the inside of that.
Yep.
Played two crackers.
Played well. It's hard to believe it's his first game for the season, the way he's played. It's like riding a bike, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
If you're that good. Don't think he'd be happy with this one. Scratches his head. Pretty good weight. Weight from Nathan Murray on the end rink. Jack in the ditch.
Put the Jack in the ditch. Clean as a whistle.
Holding 2.
2.
Ray Jansen has a bowl to play.
Got about 5 foot to draw.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Never easy drawing to the ditch though.
No, and the Jack's sort of near the boundary peg too.
Yep. Maybe a little less, maybe 4 foot.
I don't know Ray Jansen's ability he can draw that, but may not have had his best night tonight. Though sometimes when the opposition's hot, makes it hard.
Absolutely. The outside of this.
Oh! He likes it.
He's made shot.
Now we've got Vice President Gus McIsaac joining us. He did a great job on the commentary last week up at Region Sides.
I think that will do it. 3-2 Nathan Murray's rink. We'll close this one up, I think.
Still all on for the rink though here. The overall, Jordan, is 14. 6 to play. Just deciding whether they want to try and get a number or... Looks like they are holding, so one here would put them 2 up, 2 to play on the rink. So 10 points for the overall winner, 2 points for every rink win. Brett Dodd just drew the shot on the rink 2 over. I think he's only got 1 though. Jordan just waiting to see what Michaela did. She's played a little bit of weight offline. Backhand draw. Touches 2.
Yep. Close.
Got the bowl and the jack.
Good shot. What a shot.
He's made 2.
Think
He's
so.
made 2. 2 big bowls there.
Brilliant. One, 2, Dogger.
On to Brett Dodd. They're about to start their final end. Final end in the Ray Jansen, Nathan Murray rink. This one's got 2 to go after this bowl. Not an easy draw shot here.
Certainly not.
He's given it a cracking effort. What a shot!
Oh, Rexy. What a shot.
Anything you can do, he says.
Yep, Jordan confirmed that. Absolutely brilliant from the skips there.
Just what we want. Keeps it tight here, 13 all.
Yep, all square, 2 to go. Rink still in the line. Every point's going to count at the end of this season with how tight the comp is.
These 2 skips have played some absolute peaches.
They have. It's been a high quality game from both teams. Good to watch.
We've had front row seats.
Bit of back and forth going on here.
Henry's not far away again.
Good starter.
On Sunday, we had 14-year-old Harry Coleman leading in the final, who led outstanding. And now we've got Henry Boswood, 16, leading outstanding. It looks like our sport here in Victoria is in good hands with these juniors.
Yeah, there's plenty of up-and-comers there. Going well. Future of our sport does look good, as you said.
Look at this, he's corrected. He's a couple of feet past.
Yeah, he's had a great night.
Right on the front of the jack. Thank you.
He's just going to get back. Yeah, that's a good shot. It's in a good home.
Johnny asking what age we started bowling. I started at 14. Oh, as the two of the lights go out here. Is that Whittlesea saying that the lights are out?
Luckily, it is on the far end of the green, and it's not going to affect things too much, I wouldn't have thought.
No, a little bit dark on that end rink, but they're on their last end, so just adds to the spice there, but hasn't made a lot of difference on our stream rink here. So I started at 14. What about you, Matthew?
Too long ago to remember. I think it was about 7 or 8.
7 or 8. You'd think you'd be able to get close by now.
By now, but it's still learning.
We're always learning. So I don't know if Nick McIntyre, as the manager here, didn't pay the power bill or something.
Either that or they're trying to get 9 points out of the game.
Brother of Henry, Charlie's just put the jack in the ditch. Maybe he goes good. He's nearly put the lights out there.
Couldn't see that one coming.
No, well, not with the lights out. You couldn't see anything coming.
Okay, that'll do me.
Apologies, everyone. Big weight here. Pretty hard to draw it, so they've elected to play the big weight. Yeah, it's another.
It's a good shot. I don't think we'll see Nick miss 2 goes at this.
No, he's reliable.
Been stroking them well. Clean as a whistle.
Got something.
First
Oh,
shot.
got them both out. Don't know if he's got the shot, but he's given a lot more room.
Once again,
As
come
we
out.
see on the replay, 2 bowls straight out. The rest of the head and the jack doesn't move.
Brilliant. Absolutely stroking them beautifully. Righto, let's put it back. It's done enough for another, I think.
Looks like 2, doesn't it?
Yep.
Last bowl's the shot. From a full-blooded drive to a draw. Has he got enough? Not quite.
It's a good attempt. One of the hardest things in our game to do.
Yeah. Michaela's drawn to the plinth there and drawn the shot.
That would have to be nearly hanging over.
Just about. Brett Dodd's running at it. And he's
Got
got it.
it in the guts. And he's just watching what's happening next door.
Can Michaela put it back? I don't think she's quite got the run.
She's drawn second.
One to Port. And the Nathan Murray Rink picked up a 3 on their last end. So playing for Rink points here.
Yep. As we said before, every point is going to matter with how tight this comp is.
Room for Jordan. Been drawing well. Has he got the weight? His track's excellent.